My nose is already sweating, and I'm ready to go. Can't wait to talk about issues.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Oh, hey, Internet, and welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah McClellan, and Intoxicated is a comedy variety talk show where I shoot the shit with comedians, creators, and characters. Welcome back, everybody. This episode is going to be on time for once. Very excited to be back with two awesome guests this week. This week on the podcast, I have returning guest and good friend Kyle Carpenter, who I enjoy quite a bit, and also a brand new guest, Brad McDonald. I gotta say, this was a really fun episode. I think mostly because you really got to see how much these two enjoyed each other. It's just quite wonderful. It was awesome to see them cracking each other up. This was super fun all around. There's some silliness. We also talk a lot about our neuroses and stuff like that. I will be linking below to a new sketch comedy show on CBC Gem, which Brad is a part of. It's freaking awesome. So I'm going to make sure that you guys can check that out. I do have some shows coming up if you guys are interested in that. And normally I wouldn't plug like my open mic shows that I do, but people ask me all the time. I get lots of messages. When's your next show? When's your next show? And like, you know, I do reshare things on Instagram stories, but you know, sometimes people just don't see those, or they just skim through really fast and they don't realize that it has the information that they want. So a couple show plugs. I will be at Gus's Pub on Monday, November 16th. I will be at the Basement of the Shoe, which is the basement of Economy Shoe Shop, on Sunday, November 22nd. And I will be at Oasis Comedy Tuesday. That's, of course, at Oasis on November 24th. So that's where I will be for the rest of November. If you want to come out, that would be great. Bring your friends. Remember that I still suck. But you know what? Come for me, but stay for all the other awesome comics that are way better than me. Just have your expectations very low, because I'm still less than 30 sets into this crazy thing called stand-up. And speaking of comics that are way, way better than me, friend of the podcast, Kyle Barnet, is actually doing a comedy album EP taping at L's Bistro on November 21st, and I'm going to link below to that as well, because you guys should come to that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's really cool to be part of an album taping. Comics bring like their A+ game to them, and you're not going to regret it. He's going to have some guest comics on there as well. It's going to be a great show. So please come out to L's Bistro on November 21st. If you do like what I'm doing here on the podcast, do make sure that you are subscribed on whatever podcast app you use, and send an Apple Podcast rating or review my way. That would be very, very helpful. But also just tell your friends, share the podcast, do whatever you can to spread the word about it. I would greatly appreciate that. You can also follow Intoxicated on social media. That's Facebook and Instagram at Intoxicated Podcast, and on Twitter at @in_toxicated. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. That is youtube.com/intoxicated. And yeah, just tell your friends about the podcast. At the end of the day, that is the best promotion that I could ask for. That's about it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's awesome episode with Brad McDonald and Kyle Carpenter. All right.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm better now.
You got a little glow in your eyes there.
I do,
Where'd that
yeah.
come from?
Just happiness. Joy.
I feel like this is your guys' podcast now.
Just
Like this whole thing was just orchestrated
Happiness.
so you guys could talk.
Happiness and joy will drop, but it will drop January 2000 and 2001.
I'm actually just going to keep these on. I feel like more professional with these headphones on.
It seems like you're in
And-
charge.
And I can hear, like, I can hear you guys really well. I wish I had headphones for you guys, but I don't yet.
Can you hear my acid reflux
If you,
percolating through just
have you ever listened?
my esophageal sphincter?
It is pretty wild to listen to your stomach.
It's like a baby kicking, only my body's dying.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, fuck.
No, not quite.
There's definitely something going on there, but not much.
Wouldn't it be wild if you just heard a heartbeat randomly?
Or if you you were touching your cider and
He is glowing.
because I'm next to Kyle.
Could be preggers.
I like you on this mic. It's a little bit. You look like a crooner.
Well, number one, Kyle Carpenter has a great podcast. You have a great podcast voice.
Oh, people say that. I don't believe it. Because I've edited myself in podcasts, and I think my voice is awful. It's so flat.
No, it's
I
don't
rich
know.
and full.
Ooh, well,
It's
thank you.
Very rich, very full.
It's nice to hear.
But yeah, no, when you do edit your voice, you do grow to hate it.
It's so
I'm the
bad.
same. I'm the same.
When you start to recognize your own mouth clicks in the waveform, like, awful.
Yeah, and you can predict the ums before they happen when you're listening back. Like, that's an right there. I don't mind an though. I think ums make the conversation more natural.
I would eradicate every
We are quite different people.
I don't know about that.
Ooh. Well, guys, we're going to get right into it. I'm very excited to be here today with two awesome guests. One returning, one is brand new. Returning guest Kyle Carpenter is here.
Hi.
Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you. Very
Second
excited.
time? Only
Second time, yeah.
It feels like you should have been on more. But
Scheduling conflicts.
scheduling is the fucking bane of my existence. But also, we have a brand new guest, Mr. Brad McDonald.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Great to be here. Feeling good.
I've been bugging you for a while to do the podcast.
No, you haven't been bugging me at all. Just try to be mysterious and hard to reach,
Playing podcast hard to get.
My nose is already sweating, and I'm ready to go. Can't wait to talk about issues. It's going to be great.
That could be the sound clip for my podcast.
Anything goes.
That's really what it's about.
No, very nice to be here. It's you got a great setup. This microphone seems like very professional, I would say.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it the same ones that Kyle and Brandon use? The SM58s?
Oh, they
Yeah.
use some dog shit, I think. Just some dog shit mics.
They're
Tell them
actually-
I said that. I don't know, just like they were trying to connect like an old telephone to some kind of like a dishwasher. I don't know, some weird project. Chaos. Not like these mics. Precision.
These mics are industry standard for pretty much anything you need them for. So they're good for podcasting, but they're also good for like live performance. Like any live venue probably uses these mics. That said, when I am famous and rich, I do want to get those tube mics that are like $600 each.
Right on.
Ooh.
Those podcast tube mics that
Yeah.
all the fancy podcasters use.
Those break real easy, though.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I forget cardioid and condenser is the difference. And one is, this is sturdy as hell. You could drop this out of an airplane.
You could, yeah. Yeah. Yep, they're sturdy as fuck. They're great. And I'm getting a fourth one soon so that me, Adrian, Kirsten, and Alva can do an episode together. We're going to do
Man.
Yeah, four of us just ranting about women in comedy.
I thought you were going to say microphone and equipment.
Ranting about microphones.
Yeah, that's it. But this seems to be working well. Like it's picking up sound, which I think is great.
See my laughs?
It's a very astute observation, Brad.
My waveform when
I'm
I
not
laugh
getting smarter.
looks like I'm chopping wood every time I laugh. That's what Albert Coombs noticed when he recorded with me last time.
How does it look like you're chopping? Oh, I see.
Well,
I get it.
One of you has to make me laugh for it to happen again.
Kyle?
No.
Kyle,
Not that hard. Okay,
Kyle,
good.
do something.
There it is. There it is. See? Yeah. Everyone's waveform looks slightly different. And then some people are just really soft spoken and really quiet. And you have little baby waveforms. Ooh, my little baby.
This is taking a turn. This podcast. Jesus.
Welcome to the
Little
show.
baby. We're just a bunch of little babies.
Is that what you think of us? Is that why you had us on your podcast?
Just
I mean,
because I'm wearing a diaper does not mean
You tell her. Tell her, Kyle.
I'm a man who demands dignity, respect, and my diaper.
Well, it depends.
I am taking these off because they are too warm on my head.
Yeah.
Wow, different world though. Holy shit. I can't hear you guys as well now. That's wild.
Oh, I thought you meant Joe Biden.
Oh yes, we are doing this on the day that Joe
doesn't want
Biden
to talk
got
about
elected. We're gonna have to address it so Brad can get out his feelings about it. How do we feel?
Good. I think it's a good thing. I don't think he's the best guy, but he's better than a shit demon.
Yeah.
It's kind of like.
Sorry, I brought it up. We don't have to get into it.
He's the fuckboy that dresses nice.
I don't know how he has so much.
There's
I don't
a
want to say
better
anything
metaphor.
good about him. I think
Yeah.
he's a monster. But how does that man have so much energy? Like, he has COVID, and he's still ranting.
Joe Biden has COVID?
No, Trump, and he's still
Trump.
ranting and raving, and he's a shit monster. But how does he keep going?
I think pharmaceuticals.
Is it the devil's making?
I don't know. I saw a whole Twitter thread that noticed like he had a drawer open with a ton of like cough medicine that's like outlawed in America. It was like an undoctored photo. I don't know.
I heard that he was feasting on the fingers of Mitch McConnell, and that's why his hands are so bruised. So he's taking that. Mitch McConnell has teenage blood. Did you know that?
Oh,
It's like
I'm
young
just
blood.
so depressed.
Kyle just keeps getting disappointed.
I just,
I shouldn't have brought it up. I
again,
apologize.
better disappointment than a monster, but like, come on. There's, it's been a long time. Let's talk about happier things.
Yeah, fair enough. But one thing I do think that's also really awesome about the election is Kamala Harris, first woman vice president. Baby.
Killing it.
I'm every woman.
And it's all in me. Get everything you want, so baby.
Good tune.
I don't know the rest of it.
Yeah, me neither. Really.
She went to. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Oh, cut that. A school I've heard of.
Oh, really?
You can, whatever. Just want to keep my job that I don't have there. Please cut. Can you do that with
Sarah,
video? It
cut
doesn't
that.
matter.
We could. I edit on the spot, and I also self-talk myself. You're doing great, Sarah. Just edit that last part.
Fantastic. Thank
Great.
you.
Yeah, it's all about positive. I'm trying to be more positive, but I'm naturally not a positive person. I'm not. You must know this about me. I'm pretty ranty.
I've gathered that.
I'm pretty negative, but I'm really trying these days. What about you guys? Are you guys trying to be more positive?
I feel like we're similar in that I think that we both have some chronic pain stuff. It's
Emotional or physical?
No, like I have physical chronic pain that I've been like working on correcting. And like it's like nerve pain in the pelvis. Horrible. Sucks. But then you see someone who like can barely walk and you're like, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about your pelvic pain. Idiot. Fuck you. Fuck off and die. But then you're like, no, it does hurt. So I feel like that really affects my moods. And lately, what I'm figuring out is that I'll vocalize anything I feel. And that's not really a good thing. Because what it does is it makes people have to reassure you that you're okay. And so I'm picking out moments where I would do that, and I stop myself from doing that.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I'm doing lately.
Because do you think that they think that you're complaining?
I think that the people that I do it around are people that really care, and I think they think, oh, I really wish I could help, and then it makes them feel sort of paralyzed by me saying these things that they can't help.
That's fair.
Like an obligation.
Totally. So I'm trying to I guess overall complain less.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be wild to say don't complain ever. Like that's just like this fake positivity. I don't like.
Yeah, I like sarcastic positivity
Yes.
quite a lot. I don't know.
Like when things are shitty, you just go, well, everything's great.
Yeah.
Gallows
well,
humor.
This rules.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah, what a
too.
great
It's like
day.
imagine your lowest moments. It's like it's usually I remember being super depressed and watching Curb Your Enthusiasm bloopers in bed on like a friggin' Tuesday for hours, and it got me through. And I was like, life is absurd. You're all right. It's gonna be okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's two ways, none of this matters, and you can look at that like none of this matters, or it'd be like, none of this matters.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter when you fuck up. Like when you started saying that to me when I started stand up.
Yeah.
I started telling people that, like being like, yeah, it just doesn't matter. And then a lot of people were like, that's bleak. And I was like, no.
not, though.
I like this because it takes the pressure off of me. If I fuck up, it doesn't matter. If I bomb, it doesn't matter. What's the worst that's going to happen if you bomb on stage?
You're also experiencing like what some people see as the worst possible thing that could happen to them, right?
Yeah.
You get embarrassed in front of a large group of people, and then you do it, and it's like, oh, it's not so bad, and it's actually kind of hilarious. Like, it hurts. I'm not saying it's like I can deal with it, but it definitely hurts. But part of the same person that brought you up on that stage is the person that will deal with that kind of pain, I think, because you are, you're living in cuckoo land.
Yeah.
Rift City. It's a great place to live.
Rift City.
Never
I feel like I need to
stop
input
riffing.
in some sort of cheesy 80s logo. That's like Rift City with a lightning bolt through it.
Rift City. Take it out. This could be anything, like let's say emotion.
Hot Rift City, doing it right.
Kyle, when you sing, I want to take it out. I mean my heart.
On
I don't
this
know what that
table.
doesn't mean.
Oh,
Mortal
Brad,
Kombat.
Move that bell a little closer to everybody. So Brad doesn't know about the bell. So the bell is a positivity bell, or it's just like a yes bell. So like when someone makes a good point, or like if you really agree with something, or if you say something you really believe in, you ding the bell.
Okay.
I will adjudicate when someone has made a good point.
I like that.
Do people ever leave for a moment and come back to the podcast? Does it ever happen?
Like physically leave the apartment,
No.
or go to the bathroom.
If that was a thing, no, I'm okay for now. But I'm just asking. I'm asking for Kyle. He asked me to ask you because he pees a lot and he can't control it.
You can certainly go to the bathroom.
No, I'm okay.
And we can either keep chatting with the other guest that's here, or
I just don't want to be rude. If it does happen, I'll wink at you 4 times. I'll wink at you 3 times.
Just say, can I go to the bathroom?
Miss.
Why do you have to diminish me like that?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Can I go to the toilet, please?
They forced us
As a
to ask
teacher,
that.
I've had 18-year-olds ask me if they can go to the bathroom. Like an 18-year-old
It's
man.
so true.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on there? What do I say?
Well, what are they supposed to say? I'm going to the bathroom? Like, they don't make it a question?
They just go.
Yeah.
Not right there on the floor.
Well, yeah, when I was in,
Great joke,
school,
eh?
I'm trying to remember.
These laws.
No, it's probably 17, 18. I feel like after 18, kids stop asking people if they can go to the bathroom. And I think that's good.
I'm an adult man, and I say, may I go to the bathroom?
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of when people say, can I go pee? Or I'm going to go pee. Some people don't like that.
When I was hanging out with Kyle and he had to ask his wife if he could go to the bathroom, I was like, there's a polite guy.
Well, people ask when they're on the podcast, as if I could say no.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine the conversation if I just made everybody hold in their pee? Like,
So you have had people go to the bathroom?
yes. I haven't had people.
How do you feel about that?
Can't tell if I made Kyle mad.
Well, Brad, you and
son
I,
of a bitch.
Brad and I bonded over having IBS. Let's get that
It's out.
out of the way.
Want to hear an IBS joke?
Yes.
Coming at you. For my stand-up set tonight, I have one condition: irritable bowel syndrome. And that's when any girls in the front row are like, ugh, gross. Which is why I'm trying to get it changed to something that sounds cool, like hot shits.
Hot shit.
He's got hot shits.
Hot shits. Rumblies in my tumblies.
Hot shits. That's a spoken word album that
I assume-
Kyle and I are also doing.
Yep.
I assume that when you take a girl out on a date, you don't go for dinner, do you? You do something like drinks or
It's actually funny for other people with IBS. I always hated going out for dinner, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was that feeling of like, oh, right, food is like a sword through your... It's like a sword going through your stomach
Yeah.
and intestines. It's like a sword that you're trying to get out.
Yes.
And everyone there is like, oh, my God, this could use a bit more oil, but this is fabulous. What do you think of it? And they're having engaging
They're
conversations.
actually enjoying
they can
it.
actually think, and they can formulate words and think in subtle and nuanced ways. And I'm just trying to get that fucking sword through my stomach.
And you're just thinking, like, do I go now? Do I wait till I get home?
Ugh, I remember.
Do I hold? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being in a relationship, and the girl was like, "Why do you always like? You should go to the washroom like before the check comes. You always go after." And I said, "My bowels, my body."
My bowels, my choice.
No, but it was like it was
Set
frustrating.
boundaries.
No disrespect to her. Like I think it's when people don't know what's going on. I didn't know what was going on. It's like I if I drink red wine, I get really angry, and it's all these weird receptors in my stomach.
Jesus Christ.
Life's so hard for me.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I just like to complain. I said I wouldn't do it in this podcast. Should we look at the camera?
You can look wherever you want to look.
But that's a legitimate insight. Pain makes your mood worse. Like
Yeah, totally.
it makes you not operate at your peak game. It makes you less charitable.
And it sucks when you have IBS and you legit love food, but you hate consuming it.
So what about your? May I ask? Like, is it like a special diet? Are you on the FODMAP diet?
I mean, like, I've tried every diet for one day. You know,
I think FODMAP is a
I'm
good way
really
to go.
bad at. My issue is, and I will fully admit it. No one's surprised at this. I eat for convenience, so my diet is garbage.
I think it's true of a lot of people
I don't have time.
in comedy and doing what you're doing. Yeah, it's like you're often on the run.
Yep. And now that I'm working again, it's like, I might get home at 5 or 6, but like if I have a show, I have to get downtown for 8. Like, I have to bus. Like, it doesn't leave, to make a good meal, you're looking at at least an hour to cook a good meal.
Actually, I was going to bring this up. This guy could cook.
You do cook.
I'm a pretty good cook.
The
boy.
first time Kyle was on the podcast, he brought me homemade sourdough bread.
Yeah.
And after I'll never forget that, because after we recorded, we just sat here and ate bread and jam and butter.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a great moment.
I want to
love
point
sourdough.
out
And then you can,
before quarantine.
Yes.
On top of
it. Yeah, that was.
I saw you on YouTube cooking something.
Oh, that's right. It was a Facebook video.
Oh, shit.
With
You did a cook-
Chef Ben Kelly was his name.
Oh.
It was weird.
Like, did you cook over Zoom or in person?
Yeah. It was this was like when I first moved to Halifax.
Oh, okay.
A friend put me in touch with this guy who did a weekly cooking show on Facebook.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was a really weird experience because I didn't know him at all, and I showed up in his kitchen and made what was it? Like chicken with tomatoes and olives
Yum.
and polenta on dandelion greens.
Oh, my.
Oh, bye.
So sexy when a man can cook. Like, sincerely. It's like, I wish I could cook. I can't cook. And I feel like not making it about me, but like past girlfriends, it's like, yeah, I could feel that they wish I could cook well. I think it's a real important thing.
It's fun.
It's nourishing
I think
people,
as long
right?
as-
It's selfless.
As long as one person in the relationship can do it. I think it doesn't matter who.
I feel like in this day and age, though, it's loaded. It's like I have to be a man that cooks. I made a risotto once, but I needed a lot of help.
That's
But
something
no,
that
I
I've always
admire.
wanted to try to make. I've always
I
wanted to try to
admire
make
people
that.
that can cook.
Yeah.
Like you, Kyle. Yeah.
I don't know. Food YouTube is kind of my spare time. So I don't know.
During lockdown, I did it more.
Yeah,
I had the time, and I look back to that time, like when we weren't able to hang out and when we were just stuck in our apartments. Like, that was manic. That was insane. What I was doing, I was making stews. I was like reading books.
Oh my God, you psychopath!
the fuck.
What's wrong with you?
Like, and now it's like, and then things jump back to normal. And now I'm just like overwhelmed again. And now I'm like, and I even said it on, I don't remember which episode I said it on, but I was like, you know what? I wouldn't be mad about another lockdown. I'm tired.
I'm kind of ready for one, honestly. Like not as long, but like
Not
just
as long.
like 2 weeks. 2 weeks of everybody's like huddled up.
Yes.
You don't have to go out because now it's like you still have to do everything, but it's harder. which is no fun.
It's harder. Businesses have limited hours.
Everyone's stressed.
There's all this, like, in every place you go has a different kind of protocol with like how they're dealing with things. Like Barley's. So I did Barley's for the first time.
Oh yeah, congratulations!
Their first
the ladies'
show
night,
back.
right?
Oh no, that was Oasis. But
Okay.
the next
Get with the program, Brad.
the Wednesday after it, so the day after Ladies' Night, it was the first Barley show back, and they they do make you wear your mask up to the stage. Not all mics do that.
Yeah.
For me, I'm bringing up my phone because I have a timer that I run, and my notebook, and my mask, and I want to make sure I can get the mic off the thing in fast enough time that there's not an awkward pause because I'm a new comic and I don't like pauses. So that was interesting.
So
I fumbled a bit with that.
this is pretty amazing, though. So how many times have you done stand-up?
26, 27.
Okay.
Okay.
And like this is like, do you remember the first one and
Yeah.
what you felt? Because I think it's remarkable what people go through for that first one.
Pretty
And
wild.
like the desire to just flee. I don't know how people actually end up doing it. Who gets them to do it? Everyone has like a story.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I ask questions on this podcast? Am I taking over?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
it's a conversation, not an interview.
What was the first time you did it like?
It was at Daily Grind, the show of Go Up There.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went to go to the show. Didn't have plans to go up. I had recorded with Brandon and Durham that day. And I remember talking to them being like, some people told me that I should maybe like do my first set, like, because it was originally supposed to be Ladies' Night at Oasis. That was supposed to be number one. But I was hyping it up so much in my head. I was starting to get nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the lead up. You were pretty like.
Because it was a bigger show. Like, it's like a guaranteed crowd at Ladies' Night.
I mean, I'm not to besmirch it. Yeah, there's a crowd for sure, but like, it was a big deal for you.
It was a big deal for me. And I was like, I've never done this before. How shitty would it be if, like, it was just a total disaster? Like, it's going to be a little bit of a disaster, but, like, a total one. And then I was just like, and I literally got there, and Matt Baker was like, there's a spot, number 13. You want it? You should go up. Yep. And I just decided on the spot to do it. Like, it was totally impromptu.
It's sort of nice that when someone would put it that way, like it's like, here's the spot, you can do it, just go do it. You know, it's like, because I think I'll just go through my head so much beforehand. I need someone to just be like, just do it.
It was like a little push, and then I just scrambled my notes together manically, wrote some jokes down, did it. Don't really remember how it went, to be honest.
And it was all Nazi jokes, someone told me, right?
One thing. that's Sarah. No.
That's my comedy.
And people
We
were like,
call her
she seems like
the,
a nice person, but
We call her the scene sympathizer.
yeah.
I gotta say, people build up their first time doing it,
far too
which
much.
is, often. But it's funny because first time you have armor. Like you go up, if people know it's your first time, they're sympathetic to you, you know, like they want you to do well, and they're gonna like extend you that courtesy, understanding, and like laugh, especially if you bring people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to preface this by saying I want everyone who wants to do this stupid thing to feel welcome and like they get to be a part of it and, you know, all that good stuff. That said, there's nothing I like more than watching someone's third set when they've lost their friends, like coming to the show.
Yes.
And they think they've been doing so well.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
mean.
And they bomb
Yeah.
so hard. So hard.
Your own friends. I mean, that's the thing too. Is like I totally understand that. Like open mics, you'll often. I remember doing open mics, and it's like, well, why didn't I do well? Well, it's because 18 people were there for like Todd. You know, like it's like it's
So true.
It's
They're
difficult.
just suffering through everybody else.
But if they lose that crowd, then you know it's game over.
Well, I pissed front. Well, okay, that's the other thing about the ladies' night thing. Like my first set was planned. Like literally, it was like my first set, my debut, and like people were like Sarah's debut, and I was just like, this is getting too much. I just got to get this thing over with. And I had friends that were going to come to ladies' night, and they were pissed when they found out that my first set I just did randomly to a crowd of strangers. And even the comics were outside. They weren't even inside for my first set. I think they heard me. Like, could kind of hear. But, like, they were outside. So I wasn't seeing comics. I was only seeing, I think it was, like, 3 tables of people.
Right.
And a little coffee shop. And like, it went fine.
But it makes sense to me that you'd want to work on something before your friends see it, you know, and like that's kind of, there's the rub right there, right? It's like you want people to come, but after you know what you're gonna use, what jokes might work.
Exactly. It's just funny to me that like people want to see you the most when you're just starting out, rather than it's like, let me get better at this thing,
Yeah.
and then come out to a show.
I can sympathize with them though, because it's like you ask a girl out to prom, and then you get there, and it's like she's not even a virgin. Like, what the fuck?
And that happened to Kyle last week.
No, anyway,
They want it to be special. They want it to be there for a special moment. It's like, yeah, my first set was really special, but like I've had tons of more special moments since then. You know, in comedy, like the spooky show. That was a special night for everybody involved. Like, so stuff like that. But it's just, you definitely, I feel like there's 2 types of people. Like, there's the people who build it up so much and make such a big deal out of it. And then there's other people who are just like, I can tell a funny story. I'll just go up there and like.
And it's fascinating to watch people before shows. Like, everyone's sitting kind of together, but sort of apart, you know? And like, who's not talking, who wants to talk.
I never want to talk.
I do find it really interesting, like those moments.
The comic dynamic.
I'm usually pretty quiet and nervous, I find.
I remember you and I freaked out together before a show.
Oh, I'm sure.
At the Seahorse when we were at that backstage area.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Kyle about it. It's like I don't have a baseline. Like, I spike, so it's like I'll suddenly become extremely nervous, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the leading up to the show, and then when I get there, I'm usually fine.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
What about you? You just seem pretty. You don't get that nervous.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
you,
even keel.
You seem like you don't get nervous at all, Kyle.
I wish I was more like that.
Yeah, no, if I'm doing something new, like a longer set, like a time that I've never done, or sometimes a new venue, then sometimes I'll get the butterflies, but that's about it.
Right.
But I like them.
I like them too. I'm at a stage now that I'm liking them.
You can use it. Like, I think I used to like try to make a set where I seemed like I have it together, and then I was like, well, this isn't going to work at all. The audience, like, it's miraculous what an audience can see through in like a matter of seconds. So it's like you may as well not try to put one over on them. So more and more, it's like showing that the nerves and trying to use it as like excitement, or
That's right.
what I like to call
Energy.
zippiness,
Ooh.
which is the title of my upcoming album.
Zippiness.
I know what you mean, though, because it's coming out more
Zippiness.
forcefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are folks who, like, their nervousness makes their delivery better.
Interesting.
And then sometimes you see them and they're more comfortable and they start not doing as well.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It's hard to know who's actually nervous when you see professionals do it, right? Because I guess they found a way to almost deal with it so well that you don't even know.
Well, and
Like
everybody's
Maria
nervous.
Bamford is like fucking amazing. It's like you
Yeah.
never think that's nerves. Like nerves, I
Right.
would think would prevent what you want to do and obfuscate your vision.
And everyone's nervous. Everyone has
That was
different...
such a good word, Brad.
What was it? What was the word?
It's just a grad school bullshit word.
Obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
Oh, I love a word. Because you have an English background. Am I right in saying that? I'll just be
Yeah.
vague with it. You have an English background. Do you have a favorite word?
I'm glad you asked.
Okay, I'm ready for the answer.
I would
'Cause I have one
say-
too.
I mean, I could come up with a better word than this. I like repugnant. I like the way repugnant sounds. It sounds like it should sound. Repugnant.
And that means extremely distasteful, unacceptable.
And it also describes Kyle's behavior towards me before the show. Just a little bit. I was like, hey, great. I
Repugnant.
was like, hey, great to see you. Just a little off.
I can own that. But I'm just tired of the witch hunts. I apologize. That should be enough.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite word?
This isn't it, but it came to mind, so it's my answer for now. Exacerbate.
Ooh, nice.
That's a hard one to say. Say it again.
Exacerbate.
Exacerbate?
Yep.
And what does that mean in your
I did it in my parents' basement earlier today. Very lonely.
Yep.
Let's see here. Insanely irritated and frustrated.
As a verb, it means it's making the conditions of something worse.
Oh,
So
right.
I
like that.
It's making the problem, like the things about it, it's feeding into that.
Hey, I'm about to blow you both out of the water with a word that you probably don't know.
Try me.
Oh, bitch! Ready for it? Flibber-tigabit.
Okay, I don't know that.
It is.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Fligger-tigabit.
Flibber.
Flibber-tigabit.
That's
Hold
what
on.
happens when you're offside in a game of Calvin ball.
Check it. I trust this guy.
It means a frivolous, flighty, or excessively chatty person.
That one hit home.
Yeah, you really vibed with that, huh?
Really?
I felt it as an
And
insult. I
don't
felt
know-
it like as an insult. You
I
looked
don't
right at
know.
me.
I discovered this in 6th grade, and I don't remember how. It might have been a lexicon. Do you remember lexicons?
That was a transformer.
I feel like that was one of those teachers you have who like thinks they're better than their job.
Right.
You know, so they take it out on the kids.
And like, your name is not part of my lexicon. And like,
Stop
no,
being
it's-
such a flibber-tigabit.
Listen, I'm looking at you through my purview right now.
Was it a lexicon? It wasn't like it was this thing that we used
I had
to
a
do.
teacher with a purview in gym class.
Oh, you're attacking gym class?
Oh,
Gee,
God.
elitist classist.
We
Don't bring up gym class.
Wow.
So many traumas in gym
Can
class.
I actually bring up
I have
my
some-
gym teacher years later? I found out did have unprofessional relations with young students.
Ooh, that's not
But-
shocking.
Yeah, no, I found out years later, and I was like, yeah, that's not a surprise. And then it turned out with women, and I was like, huh,
That's a good.
I was not expecting that.
Should stage that.
I won't name him here, but like, yeah, it was a public matter.
Oh shit! I got my first
not gonna
period in
touch
gym
that
class.
Oh,
I got my first period in gym class. Yeah, changing for it. And then I went, I don't feel good. Can I go home?
it's got to be a crazy thing to go through. Like, if I had to go through that as a
Absolutely.
young boy,
Right?
it's like blood's going to come flying out of you. It's
Yeah.
it's not easy
Yeah.
from what I could understand.
No, it's not. Yeah, gym and then you know, I always just use I was the girl who was like, I have period cramps. I can't do anything.
Me too.
Gym class was wild. They made you do some insane things. Do you guys remember like the activities you would play in gym class?
I have a gym class story.
Oh, tell
if you
me.
want to hear it? This is a joke I tried to use a number of times. It never really worked, but I still try to do it because I love it. You know those moments?
might
like,
be a podcast.
Like you're attached to a story, and it's like, I don't know if this is funny for other people, but anyway, I was in high school, and it was like a really rowdy gym class. Everyone was like running around, being kind of crazy. It was probably grade 11 or something, and in the equipment room, there was like a huge vat of soap, like a huge tub of soap.
Sure. The gym soap.
I guess they would use it later on. This is true. You told me to start saying this is true with all my
A vat
jokes, right?
of soap. How big is this
So
vat?
it's a big fucking pile of soap.
like hand soap or liquid soap?
I feel like we're losing a lot of the mojo and momentum of this story.
Oh, shut up. I'll ask
No, I don't
questions
mean it in a
later.
rude way. I just like I gotta keep on because I'll lose track.
Okay.
It's so complex.
I believe in you and your narrative choices. Please continue.
This guy. All right. So anyway, don't look me in the eye. So anyway. Someone knocks over the big tub of soap. Soap is everywhere.
It's like
Mr. Dumphy, the gym teacher at the time, real name, I don't give a fuck.
that sounds like the name.
Nice
of a
guy
gym
though.
teacher.
Nice guy. I don't know if he's still with us. Rest in peace. Maybe he's still alive. I don't know. I'm freaking out. Okay, the soap spills everywhere. He's pissed, and he's like, oh. He gets everyone together at the end of the gym class. We're all sitting there, And my friend Charlie, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Charlie. Love you, bud. My friend Charlie is sitting there, and he's talking to us about responsibility and like who would knock over this soap, who would do this, have a little self-respect, you know? And then Charlie whispers to me, and he's like, what is he going to clean up the soap with? Dirt. And I lost my mind. And he yelled at us. And he's like, "Is something funny, gentlemen?" And we were dying. And it was one of the best moments of my life.
The best moments.
Yeah,
I think
would
when
say.
you're younger or when you're holding in, when you're really trying not to laugh in about like a situation where you should not be laughing. God, it's magical.
It's so good.
It's so church. Lots of church moments like that.
Because I looked over, everyone was like, legitimately like, oh no. And we were having a great time because of that beautiful joke. I'll always love that joke.
This was just why is there a vat of soap? Were they like just washing the floors or something?
I feel like I struggled. The part of the story I would re-edit is
The choice of vats.
well, the soap. It's like, isn't it a vat? Like a big like vat is the wrong choice.
I picture
right?
that as like a cooking. Is that
I'm
how
more-
cooking
Yeah, no,
is?
I'm picturing like a witch
cauldron.
stirring.
Yes!
Like,
Yeah. It was a lot like that. It was a lot like that.
Was it bubbling?
I don't know. Don't smoke weed. You'll lose all precision in your words.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so fucking funny. Do you guys not remember like the games you would play in gym class though? Like red light, green light. Do you guys remember that game?
yeah,
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Soccer, baseball.
move or don't. Green light. Red light.
Green light. Red light.
I like move or don't. It's like the family that no one likes in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Remember those old games? Move or don't. We don't want you here.
Yeah, that's like the Eastern European family that moves like
Yeah.
after the fall of the Berlin Wall.
There it
They're like,
is.
they're weird. They
'em
smell
out.
weird, and they're always playing move or don't.
There was something we did in gym class that was called the beep test.
That sounds like a sex slang. Like,
I wonder if it's still
is your teen playing the beep test? Find out more after this commercial break.
the beep test. It was like you had to, the beep would go off and you had to run laps from one side of the gym to the other for as much as you can before the beep went off again. I think that's how it was.
And if you do
Someone will
7
correct me.
beeps, you do anal.
But it was like, I just
Oh,
remember,
Kyle. Jesus Christ.
I just remember running used to kill me. Like I used to hate running so much. Now I kind of like running.
I hate it.
Oh, really?
I'm a big man.
But what about like a
It's-
brisk jog?
It's made for a certain like I hate running too. It's like I feel like it's made for like very, very thin people whose bones don't hurt. Like it hurts. Running hurts.
I will say I can run much faster than people expect me to.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, but it's like it's kind of like intense, and
You're a
I need-
fast walker, so that makes sense, I think.
I'm not a fast.
And the
I thought you
thing-
were.
Not really.
What I
I walked
heard
beside you once and kind of noticed that you were a fast walker.
Oh,
What I heard about
That
you
was
is that
pretty
you
chill.
can run super fast, but here's the catch: you can't stop.
that's right.
So you have to make a decision. You have to plan in advance.
Yeah.
It's like Megan, I'll be home. Hold on.
basically, every time I go somewhere, it's a trolley problem. I'm gonna get there faster, but people will die.
I've seen him push families in the park. He's like, "Okay, see you later." After we hang out, he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, see you later," and then he just fucking charges through. A duck was scared once.
That's right. Just running down the pathway, just pink mist exploding around
Yeah,
me.
he kicks a tree for no reason. I don't know. It's a different side of you.
Tree knows what it did.
He'd be like,
Anyway.
"Okay, treasured friend, great to see you." And then breaks off, sprinting like a madman.
You're like Kyle, the Sonic the Hedgehog,
Totally.
but you're Kyle.
Does
Yeah.
Sonic the
Fast,
Hedgehog wear
like
clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
This is weird. I used to have a crush on Sonic the Hedgehog. Growing up, I just liked his personality. I thought he was. Did no one else have crushes on like animal cartoons, or
Well,
is
he's
it
like
just me?
he's confident and he can go very quickly.
Also, fun fact. Do you remember Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog?
Miles Tails Prower.
I did not put that together until recently.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, one thing I would like to say is that if the internet is any indication, you were not alone in this attraction.
Probably not.
Probably not?
Probably not. But I also
Are you aware of the world of Sonic fan fiction?
It's not that weird. It's like
Because maybe you're about to come home. There's so much out there. You don't know
You're coming
about
home.
this.
There's a light at the door. And
You think you're alone in this?
Oh, no. I
keep
don't
the
think
light.
I'm
Keep the
alone.
light on.
I'm just. It
Come
doesn't
home.
make it less embarrassing. It doesn't make it
Oh,
less.
no, that's true.
It doesn't make
Sarah, it's totally cool.
I don't-
You're coming home. We'll put a light on for you. Come on into the porch. You know, look at some hedgehog porn.
No, it was like so. No, it wasn't like a sexual crush. It was like a like.
Well, Jessica
we would
Rabbit. I
kiss.
mean,
we would just
Sure.
kiss. And
you
that
know,
would be
we
it.
had Jessica Rabbit, and that was confusing
Jessica
for lots
Rabbit.
of men.
Care Bears, like the different Care Bears, I think were kind of crushable.
Yep. The Disney Robin Hood launched 1,000 furries.
Oh, probably.
Oh, for sure.
There's
Ewoks were hot.
There's some weird shit out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Where did this status come from? So you had a status recently that was I
Just want to get out there and tell people who I am.
So what?
Get ahead of it before you run.
I don't
Were
want
you-
someone to define me
Important question because
I fuck
people
Ewoks
seem to
because of
not
the
know about
Ewok
this.
fucking.
When this came up on another Facebook status, I blew some minds. Do you guys remember the Ewok movies? Not the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, the Ewoks Adventure.
Yes. Okay. Good
Kyle,
stuff.
do you remember the song? Sarah, do you remember the song, the Ewok victory song?
No.
Yub Nub.
Wait. Can we
Yeah,
actually hang
nub
on?
nub.
Hang on. This is a.
No,
We can actually. We do have the ability.
I think I looked at the
To
camera
react.
too much. Hey, folks,
Is
I want to connect like Joe Biden, but I don't want to feel like I'm pandering.
what's the song name? Ewok.
Nub Nub Ewok victory song.
The third.
What?
Sarah just typed Ewok into the search bar, and the third result was Ewok transgender. I'm not even kidding.
That's wild.
I think this is the. Oh, that could be it. Oh,
They did change it for the special edition, though.
Nub nub.
I know it is Yub Nub, but maybe Nub will do it.
Oh my gosh. Is it
so precise.
from Return of this one here?
It is indeed Yub Nub. I just want to go on record. I want everybody to know.
Oh, I like this.
Yub Nub.
Oh, it's just like this feels like what we're in a victorious moment right now. We got Joe.
Oh, I mean, I
Biden.
love that. I
Joe
love
Biden
that.
is sort of an okay guy, I guess.
This brings
Yeah.
back memories.
He does kind of look like Darth Vader after the mask comes off, though.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how these old men have such white teeth. Oh, nice. So they actually cut out a lot of the fucking from this scene.
Yeah.
It was the producer said way too much liquid.
Yeah. Way too much. And then, the Luke and Leia scenes were kind of no longer above board at this point.
Definitely. And like they were like, well, that's what we said we were gonna do. Incest stuff, hardcore incest. And we told you that even though the Ewok bodies are small, they can produce a lot of liquid. And that's regardless of gender, that's equal opportunity liquid production.
The X-Wing pilot they just showed was Biggs. I forget his last name, though. He's one of the few side characters to be in all three of the original films.
I'm hard as a rock, Kyle. Yeah, hard as a rock.
I was a big fan of Star Wars as a teenager, and I like remembering things.
You can actually watch the whole Ewok movie on YouTube. But this was the movie I was thinking of. Kyle, you must remember this.
Oh yeah, the
Look at
Ewok
this.
Adventure.
That troll?
The Rancor.
Yeah.
I'm revealing too much about myself here.
We will. Don't worry.
Star Cruiser crash. I just remember that.
Oh my
Oh
god.
wow, those Ewoks do not look as
They
good as
do
in
not look good.
Return of the Jedi. Wow.
This movie is fucking old.
Oh yeah,
As
yeah.
shit.
Look at that hair.
I wonder how old that kid is now.
That looks like if they made a Drew Barrymore Cabbage Patch Kid.
That's
Yep.
isn't that wild?
It all just looks like mud to me. Just a lot of mud. Just moving mud parts and parts of mud that don't move.
Guys, this is great radio.
I just wonder.
This is a YouTube component.
I just wonder, like, why do movies look great in the 1970s and look horrific in the 1980s? Like, what was the jump in technology that led to everything looking like this?
These were direct to TV. These were TV movies. So the Ewok Adventure and then Ewoks Battle for Endor.
Yes, Kyle, you know all of it. I love it.
Yeah.
You're not proud of it?
You Ewok the talk. You Ewok. You can talk the Ewok. You can.
I think Ewoks was dead air, guys.
You said
talk the Ewok, but can you Ewok? Can you? We'll get it. Hold on.
Got it. All right.
Can Ewok the talk, but can you talk the Ewok?
You mentioned Cabbage Patch Kids. I found something quite disturbing just today, actually. Did you know that there's a place in some city? I don't know what city it is. Not Chicago, Cleveland. Where they birth the Cabbage Patch babies.
What did you call them at first? Cabbage Pat?
Cabbage Patch.
You gotta go to my fruit grocery. You gotta see Cabbage Pat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is that Kids in the Hall character?
I sent you. Tell Cabbage Pat I sent you.
Oh, that's funny.
She's no longer a kid. She's a woman.
No, I wanted to show you this because it is just absolutely wild what you're about to see. Oh, fuck it. I'm not going to be able to connect in time, but I'll just show you. I'll import in the video and edit in, but...
TLC does stand for Tender Love and Care.
I don't like it.
TLC. Now I am just going to check to make sure that she is dilated full 10 leaves apart. And it looks like she is, so we're just about to start pushing.
I don't know.
She's
has had a few other deliveries today, so she's feeling a little
a woman is standing over what I can only describe as a ghoulish display of doll heads emerging out of cabbage leaves. She's wearing what looks like an inmate's jumpsuit. She pulled out what was, as far as I can tell, a billiards racking triangle.
He's right. He's right.
And said, we need to make sure that she's dilated at least 10 leaves.
10 leaves.
Because cabbages.
I did not know this is a place. This is a place that is in, let me see. In the comments, they said where it was. I want to say Cleveland or somewhere. Yeah, the comments are just like, what the fuck is going on? But just keep watching.
That video is another one of my favorite words. Discomfiting.
I love it.
I love that it says warning.
It felt good. I like the way you said it, too.
Discomfiting.
Discomfiting.
Warning graphic on it.
Unbelievable. I don't know what Cabbage Pat is doing here and why. So what is this for? This is for kids? But why are they doing dilation?
She's getting the children in the audience to yell push.
This is fucked up shit.
I'm tell you guys a few things about her. First thing I noticed that she was born bald, which is fine. That she's
That's it. I found that on TikTok today.
First thing I noticed is that she was born bald.
You know what?
Imagine someone like a doctor saying that, like,
She
are all
did
the
say-
fingers and toes there? Don't worry, she's bald.
I'm just wondering what kind of fucked up shit I've been liking that the algorithm sent me that video on TikTok. Like,
Sure.
just wild. Very disturbing. I'm sorry to have shown you guys
Unreal.
that.
No, it's okay. Still recovering.
I thought the baby was going to come out of the tree behind her because there was a hole in the tree.
Dilated 10 leaves. What does that even mean? I don't know. I don't like it.
That freaked me out.
Because in human terms, it's centimeters of stretched cervix.
Oh, God. My whole lower half just started hurting. Stretch cervix and just, I don't know how women do it. I really don't.
Oh, God.
And it's always like the
Yeah.
same advice. Just push, just push. Women must be like, what? Shut the fuck up. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Epidural me through the top of my head.
I only know about childbirth because of sitcoms.
Yeah. Well, you know
Well,
what?
it's always like, so you rush to get there just in time?
Yeah, that's right. And
You
then,
make it
and then
just
she
in time.
screams, "You did this to me!" And then her eyes turn red. And it's funny because women.
And then you faint. You got to faint.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there
you
is
take
there
quick
is-
look and you faint.
And there is the epidural moment, and the husband, and she's like, I don't want it. And she's like, we practice this. It's like, I know we practice. It's a symbol of our love. It's a symbol of our bond. But you need it right now. You're in pain.
I feel like we just got closer.
We got even closer.
Well, that's a good transition into my next question, which is how did you guys meet? How did this friendship happen?
So organically, you wouldn't even believe. Hung out after comedy, started jibber-jabbering, riffing.
When was this?
I'd say
Year and a
2
half
years?
ago?
Year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's 2. Maybe for you, it's a year and a half.
Feels like no time at all. And yet, a lifetime.
A lifetime. I feel like we knew each other in another life as Scottish, like some kind of Scottish, just Scottish
Cousins?
rogues. I was gonna say just rogues.
That's me. I'm roguish.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we started talking after a show, I believe, at the Fickle Frog. And yeah, he was in town for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We started chatting. Turns out we shared, an academic background. He finished his degree. I didn't, but that's fine. It's not a competition. You don't win. But yeah, it was kind of like enough to be like, hey, we should like hang out. So we did, and then it was just
Easy peasy.
kismet.
Kismet. Camaraderie.
Because you got your.
It's hard for men in their late 30s to become friends, and
Yeah, I make friends.
It's not hard for Kyle. Kyle has no issue with it.
I'm
That's
just
okay.
throwing them away all the time. I'm like, I don't even need this friend.
it's all right.
I'm so busy.
For some people, it is hard.
Well, I was going to say, I think in your 30s, it's hard for everybody. Because everybody has, like, and I know a lot of my friends, like, they have families now. Like, they've
Gross.
created their own little, like, social circle of children and love.
And I'm sure they're having a great time.
And a lot of people have moved on. Like, I feel like a lot of people have moved on from me as a friend lately. And it's sad. Makes me sad.
I'm sure at the same time, though, you're making new friends through comedy and the other things that you're doing. How often do you want to hear that Trudy got new shoes?
But there's a difference
She
between...
did?
Yeah, and they look amazing.
Oh,
She's growing up so fast. How do you juggle work and your
That's-
family?
she needed that. I'm so happy for Trudy.
That's so good for Trudy. And it's like she struggles with her self-esteem. So it's like
But you
any
know what?
little bit helps.
Shoes fit everybody. You know?
No, they
No,
don't.
no,
I have terrible
no.
feet.
It's like my mother has bunions.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's another thing I saw on TikTok. There's this thing on Amazon you can buy called a foot peel mask that you like soak your foot in it for about an hour. And then over the span of a week, it peels off all your dead skin from your feet. And mind you, it looks disgusting.
Yeah.
But I love that stuff. I could watch that stuff all day. People peeling off dead skin.
Oh my God, I couldn't. But like, what I do like pulling off my own skin. Like I do.
Yeah,
Like, I get it. Like
It
I'll pull like
satisfying.
a whole chunk off my foot, and I'm like, this feels great.
But imagine
And also,
peeling
no woman will ever really love me because it's just like this should not feel this good.
But like peeling off all that dead dry skin and then like your feet are like baby smooth afterwards. I'm gonna order one from Amazon.
And then you
Yeah.
eat, and then you eat it.
I don't want it to happen over the course of weeks, though.
But about a week overall.
Yeah, that's like, I don't want that to be a surprise.
Well, that's the thing.
Like-
It takes some time for it to actually peel off because it's going in. It's like penetrating so deep into your skin.
Yeah, no, that's awful. Like, imagine the fucked up Cinderella story where, like, you feel your foot starting to fall off and you're like, I have to go. And then your date's like, she left this.
Part of her fucking foot.
He goes
Yikes.
he contacts Tinder. He's like, she left this. I need to find her again.
That is so gross.
I was like, and then I started
Gross
watching
me
like
out, man. You gross me out.
watching
Here.
YouTube videos about it, and like it was just I find that stuff satisfying. I like watching like pimple popping,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm into it.
Can I say I got to use once it was like a grater for your foot.
Yeah.
Same thing, like it would
I
come
don't like
off.
those. I don't like
And
those.
I enjoyed myself
Yeah.
until the moment I thought I made the connection between grater and cheese grater. And then the phrase Cronenberg nachos popped into my head.
Oh, it's so gross. So friggin' gross.
That's the foot peel.
Oh. That looks about 10 leaves dilated.
It looks like a spider has captured your feet. No, you gotta try it. Let a spider capture you. It's so good for it'll rip your feet off.
But I have really bad dry heels and button. Like I my feet are not great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Disgusting, Sarah. How dare
Well, I
you
don't
bring
have
this
money.
up?
I don't have money to go for like a nice pedicure foot soak. Although I would like to buy myself a little foot soak tub thing. I think that might be nice.
What do they call like a spitz? Is that a spitz? Like a spitz?
That's for your butt.
Oh, are you thinking of bidets?
No, I was thinking of like something for your feet, like a warm soak for your feet. Like,
Well, they have- yeah, they have-
Epsom salts. Is that a thing?
Yep, that's a thing. But they also have
Little piranhas?
just like foot spas where they put like massagers in it too, so you can like plop your foot in there and it'll like massage your feet and soak your feet at the same time. And after a long day of work, ooh, that would be nice.
It sounds good. Yeah.
I recently got my partner as a gift foot massage gel.
Ooh.
Which the gift is the obligation that I then took on.
Yes, you have.
Yep.
Do you give good foot massages? Do you know?
I don't know. I
Do
don't.
you do them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like a foot massage. I enjoy quite a bit. And that doesn't mean I'm into feet sexually, okay? Calm down.
So gross.
Calm down.
No, it's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that. Tell you what, if you want to fuck a foot that's like 10 leaves dilated, just like you do you.
I would post my feet on OnlyFans and have if you sign up for it, I would do that. But I'm not going to do anything with the feet. But I will post pictures of them.
Okay.
If people want that.
That's an interesting.
It's probably a good way to make some cash.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
people are into weird shit.
People like feet.
People like feet.
It's like, who cares, right?
That's interesting. I think that's a difference between male and female sexuality, not biologically, but I think socially. Women know that they can present their sexuality as like an object.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting.
So you're like, yeah,
I'll
put up
post
photos
it.
of my feet, whatever, I don't care. And then like nobody's looking for photos of my feet, or frankly any part of my body.
Well, no, you never know. You never know. You truly never know.
Well, it's reduced. It never even occurred to me as a possibility, and I'm sure it didn't occur to most people. But yeah, like I don't have that relationship. It's like sex is either I'm in it or I'm not, and there's like, sorry,
Jesus Christ, take it easy, bud.
getting
Trying to get
hot and bothered.
Hot
and bothered.
Start swinging your
Do
arms
you guys
around.
need? I'm gonna go get another drink and I'll bring the other two ciders.
Well,
Well, as long as I'm safe here, this is a safe space for me. It's gotten into you. Also, how many buttons is that shirt down? It's like you're talking about sex appeal.
that's
who
what
are
I
you talking
do. That's
about?
how I rock.
I don't have any hair there, so I can't do it. I cover up. I like winter.
I don't know.
I can get nice and bloated. Doesn't even matter.
I don't. You can tell if I've been drinking because the buttons start kind of coming undone.
I love it.
Naturally.
It's a great looking beard. You look great.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so you guys met after a show.
Yep.
And
Also, Chain Yard. Go to Chain Yard. My buddy he owns Chain Yard. Shout out to you.
even though hopefully I'll have an actual sponsor soon, because Tide House Brewing drunk texted the Intoxicated Instagram account.
I love Tide House.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Peter's the best.
those are the people they want to come on and actually shit talk the brewing industry, but.
Ooh.
Shiitake mushroom.
And then I wrote them back and I was like, yeah, I'd love to have you guys on. They're like, admittedly, we were drunk when we sent that message. And I was like, wow, a brewery drunk texted me.
I wonder what they would say about the brewing industry.
Oh, they have a lot to say, apparently.
Oh, yeah. But also, I'm not surprised Tide House got drunk, because they make, every beer's 9%.
Oh, really?
And I love it.
Oh. Are they?
No, they make a variety, but they have been known to go on the side of the strong beer, and they're so good. God, check out Tide House.
You know what bar I like is, can we say these things? Let's say them.
Yeah.
Stillwell, I think, has great beers. A nice selection of strong beers.
Good atmosphere.
Good atmosphere. Good service.
Yeah, good atmosphere if you don't have anxiety.
That's true.
Do tell.
It's small and there's not a lot of seating, and sometimes you just have to sit at the bar, and that's nerve-wracking to me.
Why do you feel that way?
COVID nerve-wracking or all the time?
No, even before COVID. It's just one of those areas that's, I just feel like it's always packed. I've never gone in there and sat down. Ever. It's just always overrun with people on first dates, and
There's a lot of posing there in certain moments that I think makes it a bit uncomfortable.
Posing for
people that
photography?
people that want to be seen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but the staff is always very nice. Give me a beer.
What are our other favorite Halifax establishments?
Oh, I love Black Sheep.
Yes.
I think that's a great spot. I know people
That's
work
nice.
there. I love that bar.
Oh,
That's-
great brunch too.
That's where we had our first hang.
Oh my god.
So you started talking.
I was like, first hang with this guy. I'm nervous. What's it gonna be like? Smooth as fucking silk.
well, because it's easy to make comedy friends. It's easy to make friends
This
this
ongoing story in comedy. Just how'd you guys do it? I don't know. Just special. You can. Well, I wouldn't say you can do it too.
But
It's hard.
But it's easy to make friends at shows that you hang out with at shows or after shows. But not everyone just hangs out as friends
Yeah.
after So what did you guys do? You just got drinks and talked?
I like to pretend to know things, and Kyle knows things, so it was good for me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great. We met. We figured out we had sort of a shared background. Again, doctorate degrees in English, one finished, one non.
Catholic guilt.
Catholic guilt.
Catholic guilt.
Yeah, we got into deep talk, real fast.
Yeah,
It was deep talk real fast, was it?
I would say.
Yeah,
Ah.
I don't know. It just made sense.
Do you find when you're
That's
around
cute.
someone who's funny, it's almost like you're like, oh, I can turn off. I don't have to try to make jokes, and you end up talking more deeply than you normally would because you're like, you don't even have to riff.
See, as a new comic, no, I'm still trying to keep up. I'm not there quite yet. I think, maybe with people on my same level, maybe. But if I'm hanging out with someone I find hilarious, I still feel that need to be quick and
Yeah, it can be I remember at when I was at McGill going out for dinner with a bunch of people, and they're all super nice people, but it was everybody was doing riffing. Everybody was constantly riffing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this. I can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, no, part of it is that it was not being holier than thou. It's they're all good people, but part of it's just tiring.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
trying
so.
to talk at someone. You can see that on stage as well. When someone's performing at you or performing to you.
Right.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ding, 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 ding. And I think the best friendships are the ones that you can riff with, but then also get more serious with, have deeper talks. Because I like the deep talks, but not everyone does. They're not for everybody.
It depends, but yeah, I don't know. I think we had an ease. There was an understanding pretty quick.
Yeah.
Which is nice. The other thing is, so the academic background, also being older dudes doing comedy, and like it's tough to do that and not be tragic.
I just know that people gave Robbie Vino hell for starting later into his third. I don't know how old Robbie is.
He's working his ass off. That guy.
Well, he's
doing-
timeless.
But yeah,
is what he
that
is.
is a thing. That is, and I never even really thought about like I'm 30. Is 33 old to start?
I
It's
think
up there.
I don't know. It's like I think with something like comedy, it's such a weird, chaotic thing to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's almost like everyone's allowed in. You know.
That's right.
Well, and I
I
think
do feel sorry to interrupt. I do feel somewhere it's like I'm gonna be 40 and I'm gonna be like at bars with these kids. It's like it's not the greatest look, but I think you can age with grace.
Yeah.
I hope.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like, I want to get older and maintain my capacity for delight.
Oh, I like that.
Fucking right. See how he just says things that I'm trying to push through my brain.
But, I think comedy can do that. But you can also be the old weird guy at the show, like, really easily.
Yeah.
But I think also like if you're good, you'll never be that guy. Like you'll never be that guy.
like
God, I
Steve
hope so.
Mackey's not that guy.
No, he's
Yeah.
fucking killer.
He's
That
so
fucking windbreaker thing is one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Yeah, Wimberger Diane
Oh,
and
so
fucking
good.
Gina with her eggs.
yeah, so good.
Yeah, Mackey's one of my favorites. Like I've just never not enjoyed him. Like there's never been a time that I haven't laughed my ass off at his stuff.
I shouldn't say this on the podcast.
Mackey won't listen.
This is so gushy, this podcast.
Yeah. I did not get Mackie when I first moved here.
Most people don't.
Yeah. I was like, what? He's just talking.
I'd love to see a reaction cam for people like seeing Mackey for the first time because it is quite.
But yeah,
Weird.
then he was killing, and I'm not a person who will ignore someone killing because I don't get it. Like, so I knew that. I was like, okay, keep an open mind. And yeah, eventually I was like, okay, no, this is great.
Yeah. Some observations about you two? Because I've watched you guys at shows watching comedy. You're a laugher. You will laugh at comics. You not so much a laugher. I think you laugh, but they're few and far between.
I need to be pretty surprised.
Am I right?
That's mostly true.
Yeah.
I'll laugh more after I get up.
Oh yes.
Beforehand, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I see
I
what's
think
going
I'm
on.
the same too. Although, yeah, I'm a laugher. It's partly anxiety, I'm sure. But also, yeah, I do like... I'm very in and out. Like, it's very much like I'll go out and hang out with people and not watch anything. But if I really key into somebody who makes me laugh, like, they'll destroy me.
I think I'm usually the offbeat laugh, where someone delivers a punchline and then everybody laughs and then they say something stupid, like sort of just an add-on, like, anyway. And then I'm the one going, ha!
Yeah.
Well, you asked me to put more anyways into my set.
I mean, anyways, gold.
It's a lot of time.
You mean like transitioning from joke to joke? Anyways.
No. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but like weird transitions.
Anyway, social
will get me.
media.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a time waster. I'm sick of it, right?
Yeah.
Too many screens.
What do you
Go
mean
to a park.
screens? What do you mean there's too many screens?
Like computer screens.
You don't have to
Phones.
have like. So do you have? Okay. So what social media are you talking about? Facebook?
I was totally just being an asshole, but sure. Facebook. I don't have the Instagram.
Yes, you do. You're on there.
I'm on there, but I'm not doing anything with it.
That's me too. I technically
I'm just there.
have one.
It's like MacDonald 3742. It's like I need a new
What
cool
about Twitter?
handle.
I feel like your Facebook statuses could easily be tweets.
I do a lot of tweeting. Yeah, I usually use like Facebook and Twitter for testing jokes.
Yeah.
If you get any traction, it could work. Often, it's incredible how little the two go hand in hand. Yeah, because your friends are gonna laugh at things that people that don't know you're not gonna laugh at. And it's like I find Facebook, you'll put stuff up, and it's like this is because people kind of know me. And then you have to go and do stand up where people don't know anything about you. So
And that's the real test.
and I wonder, is this prep for anything? Or is it just a completely different?
No, I
animal?
think it's good to see if things have bones. But I also
like
think
that.
that
Things have
algorithms,
bones.
have bones. But I also think algorithms can fuck you over. So you might post something and people might just not see it. And so you might then have a false sense of this wasn't funny when really you just got to try it at a mic and maybe it is funny.
True. And like I know people on Twitter who've like they'll get tons of followers, but it's often like, who are these people? Like, there's a lot of robots out there.
Yeah.
I literally just pictured a lot like physical robots just walking around.
I didn't know where I was going with that, so I just looked to Kyle. Hopefully you got that. Just look to him like a drowning kid to a lifeguard. And he bailed me out by saying, yeah.
I hate when you go on Twitter, though, and you see someone saying the most unoriginal bullshit, like just the most rehashed, rehearsed, like whatever, and like 300,000 retweets. Like they've got the verified tick.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's pretty wild.
It's just like not that, I don't know. I don't resent them.
Go, Kyle, do
Fuck
it.
them.
Pop off.
I never want to resent an audience for liking something, but like there are times when I just think what works on Twitter is like just saying things that people already agree with or believe or have heard, and sort of like it's a canned laugh, and then if you say it's slightly better than someone or in a timely way, and it gets retweeted by someone with traction, then it goes far.
I agree.
I don't know. Like, I don't think it's that worthwhile.
I mean, I use it, but I agree with you. And I think like what's weird about comedy is like this may sound a little bit sanctimonious, but like I do think comedians should be at least a little bit countercultural, a little bit against what's going on, and something beyond what's the mainstream.
Yeah.
And then it's like, are we just going to be looking for followers on Twitter? We're just looking for this, and we're looking for branding, and we're going to brand ourselves. It just seems to dilute the fucking beautiful thing about comedy, which is it's a bunch of really strange, weirdo people doing hopefully something original.
I hear what you're saying. It's like how being conservative and loving Jesus is kind of like the new punk, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's like once I started playing... Okay, so it's a long story, but I started playing electric guitar in my evangelical's parents' basement. And I was doing Nirvana, and then I was like, you know what? Did Kurt Cobain love the Lord? If he did, the Lord wouldn't have let him die.
That's how that works.
Wait, so you were playing guitar in your...
That's all made up.
Oh, fuck's sakes. I'm too good. See, that's the thing. People tell me things and I just instantly
I feel very... I mean, there's another whole conversation right there.
Being
It's like,
gullible?
I feel very gullible. Like,
I'm the most...
will,
I don't... See, this is the thing. I don't pick up on sarcasm. I don't.
I think Brad here's definitely a pretty stone-faced sarcasm guy.
But I do feel that way about comedians. I do feel what I said. I do think there is something special about it.
Oh yeah, it's 100%.
Not in a sanctimonious or brains are different Patton Oswalt bullshit way, but like I think a lot of people could give up on branding and just write jokes.
I mean, I think I don't think everyone has to have a branding mission or anything, but I think it's like being authentic, be yourself, and if you have content that you can put, that's you being yourself.
Well, like I have this new joke, and it's pretty avant-garde, and people told me not to do it. It's called "What Stinks," and I just go on stage, and I'm like, "You smell that? You guys, can you smell that? What stinks? What stinks in here?"
I saw him do this for half an hour.
And so, yeah, it's a little bit like...
That's all you say?
Yeah, it's
Just
a little...
Just variations. What
like,
stinks?
Who read Great Gatsby in front of a whole crowd? It was Jim Carrey did the guy...
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. So I would say it was Kaufman-esque. Not done.
I would say it was cough syrup-esque.
Yeah, I did need cough syrup that night because I had a cough. But the way I worked that crowd, even right now, like Kyle knows, but Sarah, I feel like I'm making you think something might stink. Hold on here.
That's it. Just owning it, being in the moment, making it real.
I like that. You did that for a half hour?
Yeah, so I do what stinks, and then I go into a different bit called No Fat Hoes. And it's about how I don't want any fat hoes. It's sexist, horrible material. It's patriarchal. It's disgusting, and I wish I never did it. I'm sorry.
But it's like meta.
Well, I love fat hoes. I mean, that's what makes it difficult.
I have so many questions.
That was all a joke. God
damn it!
I love and appreciate women. Sorry.
Wait, so you did do that bit on stage or you didn't?
For half an hour.
I brought that up because right now I'm bloating because I had cider, which I do love, but I thought I might.
Do you want water?
No, I'm good. I got it right here. Got it right here. Here's where the baby's gonna come from. So I was projecting onto other people when I felt like I was feeling a little portly, and I didn't mean to say that about women. That was totally a joke. Love and respect. Okay.
I don't pick up on sarcasm. I'm terrible at it.
But to your point, I don't think comedians are special. I think comedians want to be special.
Ooh.
I don't think special.
Ding, ding, ding.
Can I retort?
Ding, ding, ding.
I guess
ding,
special
ding,
is the
ding.
wrong word. I think as soon as you start thinking you're special, you're fucked in anything you do, especially in comedy. As soon as you start thinking you're funny or something big, who cares about you?
Right.
I think there is something to not accepting all the usual branding. Here are my numbers on Instagram. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing. And, it's like a comedian shouldn't be Kim Kardashian.
No, they shouldn't be an influencer.
Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you emotionally.
But not intellectually.
Yeah, I think.
So what do you think we're doing?
Well, no, I like your...
Faffing about?
Possibly, but...
Because you put
like
this in my mind about the special thing. I think it was you.
Probably.
Comedy makes us feel special. And so if anyone ever attacks that, they're taking away us feeling special. Like if anyone gives us bad feedback, doesn't book us on a show, like...
Yeah.
It's this ego thing of like, well, I'm this special and especially like, there's so few people who do it. Like, think of how many people are in Halifax total versus how many.
Too many.
Comics. How many comics are in Halifax?
Oh, Kyle, your career's over, man. You can't say this shit.
Like, it's not something a lot of people do.
Yeah. And it's a little like weird secret enclave, and you're part of it, and you know that you are, and you get to go to the Sobeys and look around and be like, I'm not like you people.
You get to have your name on a poster every now and then. That
I
feels
saw
kinda
him at the
cool.
Sobeys. He was yelling that out. I'm not like you people.
I'm not like you people.
I mean, I think it's like I've heard Patton Oswalt, who I hate forever.
You don't like Patton Oswalt?
Wow.
His brain's just different. Like, I think he goes into that self-righteous romantic artist bullshit. Here's what comedians are like, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that particularly. Obviously, we all need to make a living, and people who are trying to do it need to do commercials and all that stuff. I think that's just reality. But it's like, it sometimes saddens me that that's often how it has to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the best writers become copywriters. The best, like, comedians are in commercials. Like, you got to do what you have to do to make a living. It just sucks that people have to do that.
That's fair.
Is that too idealistic and naive? Who knows? But, yeah.
I love Patton Oswalt for 3 of his albums that are, for me, just perfect.
Oh, wow.
He stole my bit.
Which one?
What stinks?
Yeah.
I did it, or I just did it. Do you want to hear it again?
He only does it for 15 minutes, which in my opinion is copping out.
And I can do it. And I can do it for you. Call me.
It'll be a Patreon episode of Intoxicated. Just your what stinks,
But
babe.
I cut you off.
What
so
stinks?
his 3 albums.
Yeah, I think about 3. My Weakness is Strong is the Crown and Glory. There's just some lines in that are so good.
I haven't even watched it, so who am I? I just can't. Maybe it's like listening to a singer. You know, it's like I really respect Neil Young, but his voice I don't take to.
Sure.
And I think it's maybe similar with comedians. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, I get that.
Could be. I love Patton Oswalt's interrupting an orgy joke.
That's for me. He says the line, "We were just in a fog bank of twat mist." And it's poetry. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
That whole bit. And that is when his wife sees the rat.
Yes.
That 1-2 punch. My God.
Yeah.
It's really good.
His wife was the true crime.
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary?
No, I can't, Sarah. That's one stereotypical thing that I don't fall into as a single white woman in her 30s. I can't get into true crime because it scares me a little too much.
I thought you were going to say your name in the third person for a second. Sarah can't get into this.
I live alone, and I'm on ground level. I have a balcony. I don't know. That stuff freaks me out. I used to listen to podcasts about stuff like that, and I kind of stopped. But that's true crime documentaries, like hearing about murders and shit. That is playing into literally my worst absolute fear that I think about all the time. Like almost every night when I go to bed, I'm like, am I gonna get murdered tonight? Like literally. So I can't do it. But I get why a lot of people are fascinated by it. It is quite fascinating. Maybe.
I feel guilty.
Maybe not.
I feel guilty for even bringing this up.
Oh, why did you feel guilty?
No, I do find it fascinating. I think it's like people's minds that don't work right. Is like, and why don't they work? What happened? What led to that?
Well, also
what led to the breaking point of them going against the law? Why do laws not actually stop people from doing anything? Like all that is really interesting. But I totally understand what you mean.
Well, it's also,
or maybe I don't.
My
and that's
brain
what
is
I'm
also
trying to
broken
say.
because I have irrational fears. Like I am constantly worried about planes crashing. I'm a catastrophic thinker. Is the word for it.
Same.
I think about worst case scenario.
Right there with you.
Far too often, and it's like legitimately not rational.
Yeah. I think in a lot of cases, irrational fears are a manifestation of control anxiety. Because if you're scared, it's like you're taking control of it.
Yeah.
So you have people like, if I don't stop thinking about the plane crashing, then it will crash. So they're like projecting their mental capacity, and they're doing something. Like the worrying is what's making them.
It feels like
doing something.
You're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I think also, I remember going through cognitive behavior therapy, and it's like you're supposed to think. Well, if it's the worst thought, you go further. I'm sure you've heard this too. It's like, oh, you left the oven on. Oh, your apartment is on fire. Oh, your apartment building is on fire. Everyone's dead, and you did it. And you just keep going in that way.
This
and
is
they
hilarious.
do die, and they did die.
Wait, do they say to they
You
tell
kill them.
They tell you, the therapist will tell you to think about that, or to
Well, it's like I read that more in a psychology book rather than seeing a therapist because I read.
That's what I like about you.
Not a big deal. But yeah, they said make it into absurdity. Make it into
to a point where
you're like, clearly this is irrational. But if you stay within like the gray area of like, did I turn my oven off? I don't know. But if you go to, yes, I've killed everyone and set everyone on fire, you might appreciate the inherent absurdity of that.
I tend to leave my
or
hair
you might
straightener
freak
on
out.
all
I
the
don't
time.
know.
Right.
My hair straightener, I've gone to comedy shows that I've been on and left my hair straightener on, and like the whole set, I'm just like, I just got to get through the set so I can go home and turn off my straightener. And then I'm thinking like, my cat's dead. Oh no, she like inhaled the fumes. Like,
And don't you have sets where like you're like, God, I just want to do that one more time right now.
I had that on Wednesday.
And obviously it's because, you're relaxed after, the adrenaline's gone down. Suddenly you don't feel like you're going to throw up. But it's still like doing a set right after a set is what a wonderful feeling.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like,
I really want to do it.
2 or 3, like.
And at Beerley's?
I think I've only had 3, I think was the max I've ever had.
In a night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at Beerley's, Beerley's starts at 8 now. And it's only going to be an hour show. So technically, if you did a spot at Beerley's, you could run down to the grind and do another spot if you want to.
I wish we were like doing spots tonight. We're like, oh, what are you working on? Oh, I got this thing I'm working on. Oh, meet me at the old pirate. Oh, cool. I'll get you on stage. Oh, get me on stage. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, we'll hang up before Kyle. We'll have a doobie before the show.
Do you stress out about
Even keeled boy over
things
here.
that are wildly irrational? I don't think you stress out. Do you stress out about anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's different. It's like slow waves, and it's realizing like I've wasted my life.
Oh, okay.
You know, or nothing I've put myself to really turned out. Or yeah, I don't know, but it's like grappling with self-identity and the concept of failure in a really broad way. So I don't have the spikes of like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. It's more like, this didn't turn out the way I wanted.
Right.
You know, in sort of like a quieter moment. And sometimes that keeps me up.
Oh, yeah. I heard something recently about how to turn your brain off, like when you're trying to sleep. And they were talking about how we, like, when we're anxious, we want to do that worrying because we're doing it. Like, it's a productivity thing. Like, the worrying is doing. But you just have to take that and make it simpler. So things like counting your breaths really help. Like,
or,
literally just, like, counting each time you breathe in and out.
Body scan meditation.
Yep.
Yep.
What's that?
That's where you focus on your breathing and just start, like, really feeling parts of your body.
Yeah.
So, like, start at your feet, move your way up, and just, like, feel how that feels as you're breathing. Yeah.
I've done that too, like clenching certain parts and then releasing them and moving up.
Yep.
Yeah, it does really help.
But on that note, like, that is something I worry about. Like, oh, I didn't do this, or things didn't turn out the way I wanted initially. But, like, I'm
Big
kind
things
of
or little things?
like big things.
Are they general life things or like work things?
All the above.
All of them. Yeah.
But I will say I'm grateful for familiarity with failure, because when I see people who are like really stressing about it, I'm like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You'll be fine. Yeah,
there are people out there who, like, I think their hopes are more oppressive than things actually not working out. Like, the hopes seem worse.
The pressure of the dreams.
Yeah. For real.
Following your dreams. What a capitalistic fucking nightmare.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Take care of your family. Make enough money to live and take care of your family.
We put too much high expectations on ourselves.
Following your dreams. Like, what does that even fucking mean? Like, it's so stupid.
I'm not sure.
Just like, are you having fun? Yeah? Then keep doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I grapple.
No one cares about your dreams.
I've been grieving the things that I thought I would have at this point in my life.
Right.
Because, like, as a woman, it's very much, like, put into you at a young age. Like, you should get married. You should have kids. Like, and also, too, I mean, not even just as a woman, but, like, Jesus Christ, like, if I had a partner, a lot of these things that I want in life would be a lot easier. Like, getting a house or, like, traveling costs would be easier. Having just a savings account would be easier because things would be split in half. So now I'm like, okay, well, I don't have that thing that I think, because it's not the truth, but this partnership that I think is supposed to help get me there, I don't have that. So I'll just put that away, push that aside, and I'm just going to focus on, like, how can I get those things on my own? And that's what I've been doing lately. I've been taking out the partnership, relationship side, because it's just, I can't control that. I can control how hard I work, the jobs I do, you know, how I manage money.
Sure.
That stuff I can control. I cannot control, like, finding a long-term relationship at this point, because it's just, I can't make a boyfriend disappear. I wish I could, but I can't. So taking that out of the equation entirely for me has been a big deal, because I've just, like, been like, okay, I'm just gonna have to save up for Greece on my own, you know, like.
Yep. And you can sell babies.
That's right.
Cabbage Patch babies.
Start with foot photos. Just work up to babies.
Mm-hmm. I could start birthing Cabbage Patch babies on my own.
Totally.
Let's start one of these things in Halifax. One of these weird birthing trees.
What made you start the podcast? Like, when did this start? How long have you been doing this?
Almost 4 years.
Jesus.
Right on.
And well, in February, it'll be 4 years.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, like, it started as, like, a fun thing, but now I'm like,
And now it's just misery.
It's still going to be a fun thing.
Now you have to talk to us.
It is tough managing it with stand-up and working now, though, I will say. Adding in another side hustle to my life has been quite overwhelming.
Everything's hard.
Everything is very hard. Well, I've realized lately that I've had to schedule fun in my life because I just don't have it anymore, naturally.
One thing I find, and I think this is the age thing, Brad, back me up.
Why do you keep saying this shit? Huh? 29.
You spend so much of your life thinking that, like, you can fit everything into your life, but you realize it's just because you're, like, in your 20s and you have that energy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're actually exhausted that entire time.
You just don't know
So
it
you're
yet.
just like, oh, I'm not disciplined. If I worked harder, then I'll fucking do it better. And then, like, when you hit your mid-30s, you're just like, no, I'm tired. And I've been tired for 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so, like, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was at a bar in Halifax just hanging out.
Which one?
Alone. Dirty Nelly's. And I was reading
Nice.
outside. This was a few months back. And I saw a table of, like, must have been 8 20-year-olds. And they looked anxious as fuck. And nobody was talking to anybody. They were all way too drunk. They're all going to wake up depressed the next day. Like, like thinking about that age is very strange because I think, God, if I only knew, but I don't even know what I only knew what. Like, you know, you do the same shit, but it's not to get into a whole drug thing, but like, if only people just smoked weed and didn't, like, I see every time I'm in Halifax, I know weed can cause all sorts of other problems, but every time I'm in Halifax, I see a woman or a young man shit-faced, out of their mind, trying to stand up straight and falling over things. And why wouldn't they be? They're like 18, 19 or whatever. Yeah. But it's like accepted in society. And like cab drivers are like, oh, here we fucking go again. It's like, what else would these like young kids do? Like, they're horny as hell. They have all the expectations of like the next 10 years of their lives. They're told they're supposed to be having a great time, which is like so easily leads to a horrible time, you know?
Oh, expectations.
Yeah, like think of
New
New
Year's.
Year's.
I was going to say.
Literally, yes. New Year's Eve.
And it's like David Foster Wallace on a cruise. It's like feeling like you have to have fun is horrible.
It is horrible, but I also think, because for me it's weird because like this to me is fun right now.
For me, this is not.
But this is socializing for me.
This is work. This is work. This is work to me. Kyle,
we're having fun.
Does it work for you guys?
Kyle and I
the audience is not.
We're not even.
We are having a great time.
We're not even friends. This is for the podcast.
You guys are coworkers for this evening.
Yeah, colleagues, if you will.
But it is a strange thing because like it's like there's fun work. Like I find podcast fun, but it is still work. Like I don't hang out with people regularly outside of this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I've realized lately that I really I need that again. Like I'm missing and it's not even a big, like once a week or something. A coffee, a dinner, a drink, whatever that is. Even just an apartment hangout.
Roller skating.
But roller skating, that's a solo thing for me though.
What the fuck?
It definitely is.
I try to reach out.
I mean, I would go roller skating with somebody,
but
can't
like, roller skate.
There has to be an expectation that I'm learning to roller skate, and it's a learning thing, kind of thing, you know?
I started learning how to skateboard.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how's that going?
I can ollie now.
I think I saw you, Ollie.
Yeah, probably, yeah. It's,
oh my God, that's great.
It's
I think
insane.
that's great. Like
I look
little solo
ridiculous.
Little solo things you can do to like just like blow off some steam and have fun while doing it.
Well, he did an Ollie and then he spray painted his own house and he wrote "fuck the police."
That's right.
I was like, this guy loves skating and he's also adapting to the culture. He's adopting the culture.
Yeah, well, you know, I feel that comedians should be countercultural on some level.
Completely. You have to be.
Well, that's the other thing too.
Kick a child in the face. Do an Ollie. I don't give a shit.
No.
Joke writing though, like you like that's another thing.
Also, I should clarify that. I mean, there's no disrespect to any comedians who are trying to, you know, whatever. You know where I'm coming from. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say joke writing. Like you do have to live some life to write jokes, to have things to write about. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. When you hear someone who's just like saying things that they've heard.
Yeah.
You know when you meet a young man who really fervently believes in what's clearly his dad's opinions?
Definitely.
Like, yeah, these people, protesters, like, nice not to have to work. It's like, you are 20 years old. Like, I can see your dad's hand spiritually up your ass, working your mouth like a puppet.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, gross.
That's a wild imagery.
That was an image. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's vivid, though.
Yeah.
That is
But
quite vivid.
it's like just an act of ventriloquism. And like so many people go through it. But yeah, a lot of young comics are like that. They're like, this is what I think I should think.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you what I think I should think. Well, you try to think the same things I think, but not really. And
Yeah.
we're all just pretending. Counterculture, man. Remember me.
Fuck yeah.
I'll be outside after this podcast in an alleyway. Find me.
In the woods, just
At my parents'
living.
house, living a countercultural lifestyle.
Just Waldening it up.
What's it been
Come
like?
see me in Phil Walden. You're talking about Phil Walden, a hot new comedian in Halifax. What are you going to ask?
I was going to ask, what's it like teaching over Zoom?
It's a little bit too easy. And, which makes me think I'm not doing the best job.
Yeah.
Like, it feels easy, and I'm sure the students are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But you can't really connect with anybody, you know?
Do you? Okay, so I'm curious with this, just generally speaking, because I have shit memory, and I'm trying to think back to like when I was in college and how classes went. But like, is it kind of like you just talk and they take notes? And then, or do you give them stuff to do, and then do you just like hang out on Zoom?
I just hang out.
My other question is do they have their cameras on? Are they supposed to have their cameras on? Is that a rule?
So we do,
or optional?
So we do asynchronized and synchronized teaching. So you have one class a week where I give them exercises and like a recorded lecture or whatever. And then we have a class where it's like I'm supposed to see them all on Zoom.
Okay.
But mostly it's about, you know, if I have a class of 30, I'll get about 10 students with their cameras on. And then
So it's optional. They're not required to have them on.
I wish they were, but like every class I'll say like, please turn your cameras on. This would make it so much better.
So you're
but-
just like teaching to little boxes with names on it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
It's odd for sure.
I'm glad I'm missing out on this experience, but I feel like, but I know what you're saying where it's the easiness of it.
Well, I feel like
Because-
I'm teaching you right now, like just through my words and my presence. Like,
I mean, every day with you is a lesson, Brad.
Oh my God.
But like, no, I know what you're saying about the ease of it because some people care so much
yeah.
teaching. Like, I remember when I was a TA, the teaching union was handing out buttons that said, "I heart my students." And I was like, where's the button that says, I am affectionately indifferent to my students?
It's beautiful.
Because that's
the more accurate.
I feel like we're on the same wavelength here where you're
Yeah,
like,
you're trying your best out there.
they're okay.
We're all
But
doing our thing.
you're not living or dying for your students.
Do you interact with them? Can they ask you questions?
Yeah. They can ask
That
me
was a
questions.
dumb question.
My students,
I'm just very fascinated with like online learning.
honestly,
and
like
how it-
not just saying it. Like my students have been very, very nice throughout this whole semester. There's definitely the funnier things have been department meetings, which I can't get into. But,
okay.
but it's definitely teaching is interesting. Everyone has different opinions about it.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I can't imagine you ever thinking or saying or feeling, I gotta get through to these kids.
I mean, that's not totally true. There's a
You want to. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to diminish.
I feel like it's my nasal voice, and I pretend like I don't care, but I do. I do. I actually really do. If you're out there,
That's
I
so
do.
funny. Maybe this is
you know what I'm talking to you, Georgie boy.
Dolores. I don't know. My thing teaching was like I knew that they're 18, and sometimes you're not teaching them that year. Sometimes like the best you can do is tell them something that they'll remember in 2 years when
That's
they're
right.
ready for it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's also to be more positive. That's a great part of teaching. Is like you can introduce things for the first time to these people, and you think back to reading certain pieces of literature that blew your head off, and that's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Important question, though.
Feel how uncomfortable I am being sincere. That's a good thing.
You sound so stupid right now.
Whenever I show my heart, Kyle tells me how dumb I am.
Just a real Dumbo.
I got an important question for you, though, Brad. What's your background on Zoom? What's your setup? What kind of setup are you working with?
I'm working with my parents' basement because I'm living with my parents right now. Oh, baby.
Is it?
It's just like a white room. And there's like a ceiling tile. It's sort of out of place. And it looks like some kind of like a Mission Impossible escape route. Like after I teach, I like jump into that ceiling tile up into the roof.
That's wild.
It's just a fun joke.
You haven't
for
done
me.
like a fun green screen background yet?
No, haven't done that. I need a green screen though.
I have one if you want to borrow it sometime.
Okay, what is it?
It's atrociously large though. It's like 10 feet wide and 15 feet long.
So it's Whoopi Goldberg's vagina.
It is massive.
I'll take that. That'd be a nice background.
I think we've both said things that we regret.
Welcome to the podcast.
I love it when people have Zoom backgrounds
Which one?
where they pin up sheets and like pattern sheets.
Yeah.
And it looks like that scene in Train Spotting where he's falling into the bed.
Yes.
Nice.
I just like the wacky green screen backgrounds people pick.
I like when things come into the green background or like the background and they come out. Like you'll see a cat's head for a moment. It's like devastatingly freakish. And then disappear.
Or your mom bringing you snacks.
You fucking leave my mom out of this. That's my mother and I love her.
That's so cute. And you're from Montreal originally, right?
I'm from Lower Sac.
But you moved to Montreal for a bunch.
I moved to Montreal when I was like 27, so I mostly lived here for a long time.
Been back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
And what's Montreal like right now for COVID shit?
I don't think it's that great. Like my friends can't really do anything. Everyone's inside. There's like one-to-one get-togethers, and that's pretty much it.
What was your first set like? First comedy set?
I did a set at the Comedy Nest in Montreal. Jess Solomon was there.
Cool.
She was wonderful to me, and it went pretty well. I think that when I was sitting there, though, I remember my friend booked me, and I never felt more of like a fight or flight that would not go well than that moment. Like I really just wanted to leave.
Oh man.
But some heroic part of me, Kyle, because I'm countercultural and I don't know, I'm just like a cool guy. Some heroic part of me looked within, and now I'll be sincere again, and I was terrified, but it went well. It was good. What about you?
I took a workshop just to like learn.
Lame.
Like, yeah, I know. Pretty
Oh,
much.
God.
Was it helpful?
For me,
though?
I was just more of it was intuitive, you know?
Yeah. It wasn't really that helpful for the writing, but it was helpful just in the like, you're allowed to do this. Sets are 5 minutes. They'll flash a light at you, and that means you have a minute left.
For it.
Just like the really basic stuff. And just like also the notion you should have something written. You know? Because I think I've definitely seen lots of folks who go up and says, I'm just going to talk about things.
Yeah, and I hate it
something on the way here. And everybody does that. I've had that too. It's like I'll come up with a joke. This is great. And it's only great because it's new to you. And it's often garbage.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I hate that. And then you find out very quickly, like, this needs work.
Yeah.
This needs a lot of work.
But the first time was an open mic when I took the third workshop out of 4. There was a graduation show, which was terrible. But I went up to an open mic. I signed up. I did the whole thing. And then I had the cone of silence when I got up there. Whereas, not to say, like, I got some laughs, but it was like I couldn't see or hear anything.
Yeah.
I was just
Oh,
like
yeah. You were
up in the dark.
You were
Was it
just
the
doing the
spotlight
jokes.
too?
It was the spotlight.
No one tells
definitely.
comics about spotlights.
Yeah.
I did a show at, and they're like, oh, pretty good, but you should know the spotlight. It really made me feel bad. So, you were saying?
Yeah. And I just recited, basically,
Yeah.
what I'd written, and it
Yeah.
didn't go badly. I wouldn't. It wasn't great, but it was like also like I didn't. It wasn't a bomb. It was hey, it's his first time, and there was like smatterings of laughs.
Right.
And that's
Did you get brought up having it said that it was your first time? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't, and I think it was good for me to not be brought up that way.
Yeah. There's pros and cons to either situation. I think, and I don't know what the preference really is.
Well, now I just want everyone to tell the audience I have IBS before I go up. You know,
I can do that for you.
Who I am.
I have a new podcast segment that I didn't tell you guys about called the Intoxicated Challenge. Okay, are you guys up for this?
What? Oh, I love surprises. Like a surprise birthday party. I think that's when I would actually commit suicide. That would be the moment. I'd be like, surprise, and I would take a knife. Just let the blood pour all over me.
You get 3 options.
Okay.
3 choices.
So you're making it our responsibility. Great.
You can pick one. Okay. You can either show me the first panel of your camera roll on your phone. Like the first screen. I'm like, what's on here? Like the first panel.
We're not gonna do any of this.
That's 1. 2 is
We're control freak men.
You can pull up your Google and type in the search, and we need to see what comes up.
I will do neither.
No?
But I'll give you a beer. I brought beer.
And the second is we go into your notes section.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
What? None? Not even the Google search? The Google search one is always so funny.
I mean, let's
it's always so funny.
Why don't we do like a random Google search and just like comment on wherever we go? Like think of something, Sarah, that's been in your head.
And see where it takes us?
Fermenting, like cider. No, I don't like that public privacy thing. Or just show all our
funny.
stuff. Comics are countercultural.
Like, look at my Google search. It's pretty lame, actually. Usually it's more wild. Inches to feet. I always have to Google that. Always. Always. Yeah, go nuts. The Lost Girls AD. Yeah, go do whatever you want. I didn't know what he asked. That's why I said do whatever you want.
He said, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
The Lost Girls ADHD. That's the article that I shared today about girls not being diagnosed with ADD until later in life.
Right.
It's a huge thing because so many women don't get diagnosed as children.
Yep.
Because the research is bullshit. And then a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, Travis's podcasts. Why did I Google? Oh, that is probably me trying to figure out how to spell authentic. I won't lie.
Yeah. Okay.
Not very juicy. But the Google search thing, I feel like there's always one thing that's out of the ordinary with your Google searches. Like, okay, for me, on my phone, I've Googled lexicon, flibbertigibbet, exacerbated, repugnant, Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit.
Yep.
U.S. election, the Kraft legacy, Yoko Ono and John Lennon wedding.
Aw. Romantic.
Relaxing trigger points and cats.
Tips of the ears, yeah.
And what else is on here? Professional mediator.
Okay.
I wanted to see if that was a real job.
Professional mediator.
Someone who mediates arguments.
I wonder how they'd walk into a room like, I'm here, they hear people arguing, like, don't worry, I'm here to mediate this argument. What would you say? Whoa, I'd be like, whoa.
Did you get the ads for that master class?
Yeah.
Where a guy was like a hostage negotiator?
Totally.
And he's like, every aspect of your life is a negotiation. I'm like, wow, you're really selling this class, dude.
Totally. And
that'd be interesting.
but he was like, first things first, if you walk into an argument and you have to mediate, you had to be like, ooh, slow down there. It's a lot like...
And you have to do that with your hands?
Kyle and I talk about this all the time. Ooh, take it easy.
Yeah.
It's a lot like horses.
Yeah. Avoid making eye contact. Lead with a closed hand.
I think a professional mediator. I'm good.
I wish that wasn't on camera. I look like a bad influence.
What was I gonna say? I think if arguments happened off social media more, they would be resolved much faster.
I agree. I think seeing a human face is important. It sounds so stupidly simple, but like tone, a face, looking into someone's eyes when you're talking to them, I think breeds a certain base level of empathy.
Yeah.
You know?
The other thing with social media is when you post something, someone reads it, and then they think about it, and then they reread it, and then they read it again, and they read it again, and they read it again, and it's in their day. Like, it's their day. You say something thoughtless, it's gone. You know? Yeah. And they might sit with it for a second, but if you post something thoughtless,
it's there for
like you can stare at it.
And it might be like a bad something bad you ate that day. It might be just a bad day, and you post it, and then I think you take that, like what Kyle was saying, and also there's a lot of labeling going on right now of like, you make a mistake, you are that thing you made a mistake about. Yeah. It's not that you made a mistake, right? It's that you're that thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People aren't allowed to make mistakes.
That's why I don't.
But I truly think there should be more face-to-face conversation when you're arguing with somebody or in a fight with somebody.
I also think maybe less. Not everything has to be hashed out. Like literally, like sometimes it's like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I just often think like if these are like, a lot of my friends will challenge me, but they're not going to argue with me. You know what I mean? Like it'll be a discussion, which it seems like it's like lost these days.
Yeah, it's quite rare.
Hopefully Ben Shapiro brings it back. It's a joke. Please. Know me.
That guy, just, what a mind.
It's so funny, like, in the States, like, you have, it's just like a caricature of a Disney villain.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
He's a caricature of that guy in your level 2 philosophy class who just won't shut up.
Yeah. I fucking loved philosophy when I took it.
What'd you take? Well, who's your favorite philosopher?
Well, it was just philosophy 101. I don't really remember much. Like, it was just basic.
That's where I'm at. I don't know much
about
it.
But I just enjoyed it.
Yeah. Any greatest hits, though? Just start Socrates, Plato.
I mean, I don't think that Freud is totally off with what he... I do a lot of those. I do a lot of personality tests. I do a lot of them.
It's more Jung, but all right.
Did Freud do any though? Oh my God! I know what I can do with you guys. This is a Freud thing. I don't think you've done this before on the show.
Sure, yeah, let's fucking...
Or this is how we're going to get to know these boys without seeing their Google search history.
Next to Kyle, I feel safe, but
Here
I
we
still
go.
don't feel that safe. But
I'm going to ask you
surprises are
we're going to ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
You're just going to answer them. And we're going to learn more about you. So, both of you, favorite animal?
I think this will be the same answer. Dog.
Bear? I don't know. I killed a bear once.
What? Did you really? With your bare hands?
With a truck.
Oh, shit. By mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That makes me feel better. I don't want you to kill a bear.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It sucks.
Okay, so is it your favorite animal, or are you just dealing with some guilt over the bear?
I mean, who can tell?
Who can tell? Okay, Brad, you said dog. 3 things about a dog that make it your favorite.
I feel like dogs immediately just sort of want to be your friend.
Okay.
I'll also bring up my sister's Norwegian elk hound, Sydney. When I was staying with her in Idaho, Sydney, they were out. I woke up. Sydney came to greet me. It was like a good morning. You're part of the club. You're in.
Friendly?
Super friendly.
Okay.
And I think that that's like, if a dog was at a bar with its friends and a dog would be like, come on, get over here. It would include you.
Okay.
Thirdly, I like the thing that dogs do when they put their noses down, they touch noses, and it's when they want to play. And it's like, let's go. Let's fucking go. And I think it's for me, it's synonymous with entering Riff City with comedians.
Oh.
It's like, let's play. And Kyle, I don't know if you noticed, but at the beginning of this podcast, Kyle and I did touch noses. That's just how I don't know.
Not COVID safe, but worth the risk.
It doesn't matter.
That's
a lot of people
so
say it's super cute. We just say it's what we do.
I'm just gonna write that down. I was down to play.
Always down to play.
Playful.
Yep.
What about 3 things about a bear?
I feel like they just sort of are.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his eyes. He's getting deep now.
Trying to think.
What about Grizzly Man? Bears. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Sort of majestic, powerful.
Ooh, majestic,
Um,
powerful.
They just seem like they've got it all figured out, you know?
Wise.
Sure.
Some of this is going to be me sheep herding answers to write down. With what you guys are saying. Okay, favorite article of clothing. And this can be like a specific thing that you own, or just generally speaking.
These jeans, baby.
These jeans. These jeans have seen a lot of legs, but they're never going to see a lot of them.
No, these jeans are molded to my body. They're
Is that your real answer? The jeans?
yeah,
Your
they're
jeans?
naked and famous, 22-ounce raw denim. They're thick as fuck. Feel these jeans. Here, go for it.
I'll touch them.
I trust you.
Yeah, they're nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
they seem really warm. Like
Seemed like if you were
Heavy
going to
duty.
have to ride the rails, you'd want a hard pair of jeans like those.
Yeah, these are a year and a half old, and I wear them almost every day.
So going back to what you said about your jeans, can you repeat that?
They're thick as fuck.
I like that. That's a
Okay.
great line. Going back to what you said about your jeans. let's go back. Let's
Thick as fuck.
They're sturdy. They're
dirty.
quality.
Ooh.
You know, they cost some dough, but represent savings in the long term.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so they're
I like
and their
that
quality,
too. It's good to
high quality.
save. Don't lose in the short term. Don't save up. RSVP.
I will always call it RSVPs, but it's RRSPs.
You know, it's so important to get an RSVP account. So when you go to parties, you'll be able to pay for wine.
Okay, what's your favorite article of clothing?
I like sweaters because I bloat when I drink. So I like a big fucking sweater. Women are like, oh, he seems like sort of in shape. And if things go well, I pull my sweater off and I'm like, oh, God, what a nightmare. What
It's
the
like
hell?
releasing the Kraken.
I remember a girl said, do you drink beer? And I was like, well, yeah. So a sweater.
It's a complicated answer.
So it
I like
hides
a
it
sweater.
hides your insecurities.
Definitely.
Okay.
But I think being honest about my insecurities, I feel like maybe I'm conquering them.
Okay. Probably comfort if we're putting
Comfort.
words in other people's mouths.
What else was sweaters, Brad?
Sorry?
What else?
You need 3 things about
Yeah.
sweaters? So what did I say first?
Hides your
Comfort, hides
insecurities.
my insecurities, warmth.
Warm. Okay.
And also I feel like it's kind of fun, like choosing colors. Like a lot of people at home probably like, did that just happen? No. It's a choice. I put this together. I thought it would work.
Okay. So they're customizable.
Totally.
Or yeah, customizable.
Yes.
Um,
Circumcisable.
You know what? When I was coming here, I did have a moment where I thought, you know, Brad's gonna wear a sweater over a collared shirt. He's gonna look great.
Sorry, it took me kind of caught me off guard a little bit there.
Yeah, I had that thought.
Favorite body of water.
Kyle in a pool.
Aww.
See what you're doing to us? Favorite body of water, I would say First Lake, Sackville. I live in Sackville.
First,
Lake.
that's a specific lake.
I used to play
First
hockey.
Lake?
I used to play hockey there, yeah.
Okay.
And it was amazing. And the coach was like, oh, you're gonna.
So nostalgic.
Yeah.
Anything else about that lake specifically that you like?
Oh, I think a kid died there once.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. Anything else?
All
So
your
could I
dreams.
wrap that up and say tragic?
Sure.
Okay.
Fat gut, kid died, tragic. That's it.
Wait, what was the first thing you said?
Fat fucking gut, fat fuck, big fat fuck, needs a sweater, fat fucking gut, fat ass, bloated bastard, roly-poly, oompa loompa man. Yeah.
No, but what about the leg? 3 things about the leg.
Oh, liking the sweaters. Warmth,
No. No, you said nostalgic, tragic.
nostalgic, tragic. Yeah, I
What's
think we've
one
been
more
through
thing.
this.
One thing about the leg.
It's really good if you see like a lot of teenagers coming your way, you can take off your sweater, especially if it's red, and pretend it's like a bull coming towards you. But then you run after the kids and try to swoop them in with the sweater and just suffocate them.
Drown him, if you will.
Yep.
I'm just gonna stick with those 2 things.
I don't know. Kyle and I were like too many teens. We have a group called Too Many Teens, and we try to kill teenagers we see on the street. Not in like a quick way, in a way that makes them suffer.
Yeah. Just, the slow ones. Pick them off.
Pick them off one by one.
The ones that can't keep up with their friends. Oh, we're all going out for pizza. You want to come? Well, you're gonna probably come straight to hell or maybe heaven if you're lucky.
I could fucking go for a cheese pizza right now.
Ooh.
Just a classic.
You're sending daggers into Brad's stomach
I'm so
right
sorry. Okay.
No, but
Kyle.
also, can I ask you a question before you ask Kyle a question? Cheese pizza. I've always wanted a cheese pizza when I've ever seen Home Alone 2.
now. Yeah.
Yes.
We know all the same things.
Cheese pizza.
Yeah, I love a cheese pizza.
Both the Home Alones, I think. Cheese
You gotta
pizza.
get extra
back
cheese
then.
though if you're just gonna go with one topping.
Favorite cheese?
I mean, just the regular mozzarella.
Let me throw something at you. Feta.
Oh, I do like
Oh.
feta. So here's my favorite pizza. What this is the Sarah pizza. Pepperoni, bacon, feta, pineapple,
Nice. I
And
love
onion.
underrated pineapple.
and onion on there, bitches.
Yep.
Sweet and savory. You got the salty with the feta cheese and the
Bit
sweet.
of acid.
Oh, so good. And then
Yep.
the pep and
Yeah,
bacon
that
is
is
just
good.
so great.
That is good.
That's my favorite
I
topping.
support that.
Salt, fat, acid, salt.
Oh,
Or
yes.
salt, fat, acid, heat.
Feta. If I ever get a thing of feta, I will just eat it by the spoonful. I fucking
Wow.
love feta cheese.
Wow.
I love feta
it.
too.
I
Y'all are
love
fucking
it.
weirdos.
You don't
You know-
like feta cheese?
Oh, I love it. But not
You know,
that much.
you know what I don't like is, and I get it's part of feta. I get that's why feta has
brine.
to be presented.
The brine.
That brine. I'm a pickle guy. Big time.
I like it. I'll never just drink the brine, but
Pickles and me, we go way back.
Listen, I fucking love pickles. I love the salt.
okay, we're getting to Kyle. Favorite body of water.
Pacific Ocean.
A lot of people say this. What about the Pacific Ocean do you like?
Powerful, comforting, nurturing.
Oh, look at Kyle. Powerful. Comforting?
He doesn't mischoose words. It's very.
Yeah.
I like that about you.
If you're ever like in,
And he's the one who didn't finish his degree.
yeah, I was too smart. They're like, you're gonna ruin it for the rest of them. But no, if you ever like go swimming in the Pacific Ocean, like in off of Hawaii or someplace where it's warm, like it will fuck you up. Like the waves are so strong.
Oh yeah,
But, like,
oh yeah.
But you're also like, this is so alive. It's really something.
It is quite the ocean. Last question in the psychological assessment.
Thank God.
How would you guys feel if you were in a white room with no windows, just all white? White
in a
walls,
white room with
right?
no windows.
Probably lighting similar to
Symbolistic
this.
white walls surround me and
In
you.
a white room with no windows.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah.
I went Matthew Good
We're
Band.
horrible people. I know. We both had.
Was that Matthew Goodman?
The one I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Comedians are countercultural, so you can't expect us to answer a question in a regular, straightforward way.
I'm gonna go off the beaten track.
It's truth to power. The Whopper. Okay.
How would you feel if you were in a white room?
How would I what?
How would you feel if you were in a white room?
Is Kyle there?
No, you're alone.
Patty cakes.
Excuse me. Cabbage Pat?
10 Leaves Dilated.
I think 10 Leaves Dilated is the title of this episode.
That's so gross.
Alone?
Would it? Okay, so picture like totally white, walls are white, floor is white, and like you have like this bright lighting on you too. What would you feel? You would feel alone, lonely?
So I don't know why I'm in the room.
No.
So I wake up and I'm in like a white room and it's just me. There's no way out. There's no food. There's no weed.
That's right.
There's not even one dupe.
No, totally white room.
Okay,
bright
give me
light.
Give me a second.
How'd you feel?
Awful.
Okay.
Is my mom there? No one's there, Brad. It's just you. Mate, not even a sativa dominant dupe.
You know, I was going to say bored, like thinking how I would feel if I was in a room for a long time. But I think if I'm going like for the tone, how I like read the room, I'd say confronted.
Confronted.
Like I wouldn't mind it if it like Kai was there and we had a bunch of books.
Yeah.
Just like that's your corner, this is my corner. You probably read. I'm very slow at reading, so you'd be like, I'm done this book, and I'd be like, oh fuck you, man, fuck you.
That's the
And you'd be
most
like, I'm just trying not
precious
to get,
idea ever.
I'm not trying to get killed here, and I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna finish David Copperfield soon, and we can talk about it.
Yeah. Here's a question. I think
the
this is
biography of the magician.
Yeah. This is what I want to know. What are the intervals of like allowing we're just doing this? Like pissing. Clearly that happens probably like within a couple hours, I would say. Because I'm presuming we didn't prepare for this white room.
No.
It happened upon us.
It happened upon you.
Maybe like if nobody like knocked us out and put in a catheter so that we didn't actually have urine, that's something you got to deal with. That's an urgent bodily need. We all understand that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's like I'd put that at about 3 hours. Like I gotta piss, and it's like, hey man, that's cool. I'm gonna have to piss pretty quick soon. You have an understanding. Next one, shit. Right?
It's gonna destroy those white
There's
floors.
a negotiation for that one. Like at that point, we're like, how long do you think we're gonna be in here?
It just feels like a TED Talk. Next one, shit.
Yeah, like that's a discussion. Like that's not piss. Like we all understand, we get it. It's gonna smell a little. Maybe you want to like see if there's like a bit of tilt to the room, you know, just to be like, okay,
Yes.
we want this to pool away from our books, because that's a problem, right? But
you don't want
But
to
how
books.
long till we decide to shit? I
think Brad would be the first one to do it. just based
Yeah,
on
I mean,
his-
you've got some needs.
Well, a little bit surprised that Sarah would just throw me to the wolves in that situation. We both have stomach
No,
issues.
that's me giving you the. It's okay to be the first one to poop.
But yeah, I mean, some people are like, no one talks about it. It's like, I defecate 2 times a week. I'm like, you fucking hack. What do you? It's like comedy. It's like you got to get out as much as possible, and you got to be on the toilet as many times.
I'd say in the absence of
As
irritable,
many times as you can.
in the absence of IBS, I'm thinking 36 hours.
Whoa. Well, when you're stressed, you don't poop.
Can I chime in here?
You're right, 48.
With an important story. So men, apparently, like when they poop, there is like the male G spot close to the prostate. And so women often think, why do men spend so long?
That's a test a few ahead.
whoa.
Let's not get ahead.
No. I want to know more.
What do you mean? I've only just read this.
When do we fuck?
You and I?
In the white room.
In the white room with no window.
How long does that take? Okay.
But anyway, men feel sometimes, I've heard,
It feels good when you're pooping?
when you're pooping, it can rub up against the male G spot. And that's why men, like there's literature to support this. Bathroom readers, newspapers that you read when you're having a shit.
What the fuck?
Old Roald Dahl novels that you find in your parents' basement.
Owl novels?
Owl novels, like who wrote that? I hate myself.
My legs fall asleep on the toilet semi-frequently.
Wait, so can you guys? Does it feel good when you poop?
Well, Kyle calls me when his legs fall asleep. I'm like, this is part of the friendship. I'm like, I got you, bud. You want me to come over?
Is there any truth to that?
I think like in yeah, but not in like a, oh yeah, just like, this is chill, you know?
That's wild.
I definitely...
No, for me, it's like, oh, yeah. And my
took
mom
us
is
this
like,
long to
Brad,
get open.
Brad, are you hungry? Do you need some lunch? I'm like, no, Mom, I'm good. Oh, yeah. But eventually you should eat so you can repower your body
Get that G-spot.
to have sex with itself.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
Even finding the G-spot is easier for you guys. Fuck you, Beth.
Totally.
Yeah, no, but come on. Let's contextualize this. It's not like pleasure. It's
Right.
like, you know, it's kind of like a relaxed.
No, he's
You're
not.
by yourself.
No, he's totally wrong. It's just like, ugh. It's like having sex with your own ass.
That's
Kyle's wrong.
there's your podcast episode. Sex with your own ass.
Sarah, how on earth do you edit these things? This is like
You'll see.
we've been going on forever.
This is
Let's
so
get this
long.
white room question done, and then I'll psychologically assess.
So when do we fuck?
I mean, Kyle, it's like you got to talk to your wife.
That's fair.
There you go. Well,
respect
but no
her.
one's
Shout
there.
out to
So three feelings that you would have. So you said confronted.
I
you said
ruined this
awful.
whole segment.
No, you
Okay.
didn't. You said awful. You said confronted.
Oh, it was three feelings?
Other feelings that you might have if you were in a white room all by yourself. No Brad, no books, no wife.
No hope. No
Yeah.
life,
Nothing.
no life.
Confronted, bored.
Bored.
I think I'd go to sleep.
Sleepy, tired.
I think I'd just like turn off.
You'd you. What's the way to say that? You would distract yourself from it. Oh, you'd avoid it.
Yeah.
Two other feelings, Brad, about the white room.
I would say
I just stopped liking this.
I would say like loneliness, loneliness, isolation. Like I feel like I'm pretty good on my own for a long time, but like being pretty good on your own often means not knowing when you actually have to be around people. That's what I'd probably feel in the white room. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, I desperately need the rejuvenation of actually talking to people.
Lonely and isolated.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. So we're gonna go back to the first question, which was what your favorite animal was, and your favorite animal is how you see yourself. So you said dog. They want to be your friend. They're friendly and welcoming, and they're down to play.
That's pretty true.
And you said bear. They just sort of are.
Look at me.
They just sort of are.
It's a beautiful bear.
They're majestic, powerful, and wise.
I mean,
Is that how you? Is there any truth to that? Is that how you see yourself?
Yeah.
you tell me.
I would say yes.
Sure.
Okay. Favorite article of clothing is how other people see you. So, Kyle, you said your favorite jeans, which are thick as fuck, sturdy, and high quality. That's how people see you. People see you as thick as fuck.
I mean,
And
It's not bad. It's not a bad thing.
Brad, you said your big sweater, which
yeah.
that you hide your insecurities.
Totally.
It's comfortable, warm, and customizable.
Yep. And if your gigantic penis comes out of the top of your jeans, you can put your sweater over it.
like at school dances.
Yeah, so no one has to see it, but you'll feel more confident. It's like, whoa. 32, what's sprouting here?
Sprouting.
Sprouting.
Sprouting
to the east, sprouting to the west, sprouting to the
white
woman that-
room with white windows and white people.
So the
Cream.
the favorite body of water
I said
is-
Kyle in the pool.
is how you view sex.
I just saw you giggle on the screen there.
Oh,
I was hoping to make him laugh. I looked at the screen. He laughed. I felt good.
So favorite body of water is how you view sex. So Brad, you said first leg, which is nostalgic. A kid.
I like the way you said first lake. You said first like, which is actually a little,
Lake?
little bit more poignant.
Lake? First lake?
First like.
You said a kid died there once.
Yeah.
So tragic.
Well, what was tragic about it?
Do you
mind if I talk about it for a second?
Oh God, yeah.
What was
sure.
tragic about it is like I knew the kid.
How old we talking?
Probably 7 years old. And I was like, Paul, you okay? He's like, yeah. And then he just dropped.
In the water?
Yeah. And I just watched. And because I was going to go meet up with my friends for a beer. And I just thought about like an ice. No, honestly, like I thought about an ice cold Coors Light. And I said, Paul? And if I see hair come back up over the water, I'll.
But where was he? Like you said, he dropped in. Was he on a boat?
Oh, he definitely dropped in.
And then
where was he standing?
He was standing on the ice, and
and then you were like, "What's that smell?
you're
Do you
right.
smell that?"
Well, like, yeah. And I think that was the hardest part is like I saw ducks nearby. So you know me with ducks, I get distracted,
Yeah.
right? But then the ducks shit in the lake, and I'm like, it reminded me of my favorite joke. What's that smell?
What's that smell?
What's that smell? And I thought I heard a quack, 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 but it was actually just Paul, the little boy, just gasping for air.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or laughing
that's how
at
you
your
view
signature
sex.
bit.
I hope that as Paul died, he did laugh a little bit at that bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's so good.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Wait, do you guys smell
good.
something?
You guys,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You smell that?
Yeah.
Smells like dead kid.
Smells like dead kid. And
It's,
Kyle.
well, that creates jobs, though. Like, I'm so into, like, local jobs. Especially, can I have this platform?
Yeah.
Especially right now during the pandemic. Like, it's so important to support your local, barber, your local businesses. And, like, there's a guy who, like, takes a pitchfork and he just... What's it called when you go down the bottom of the ocean?
Snorkeling?
Well, that's more of a...
Scuba diving?
That's more of a vacation thing. You're not gonna get, I need some vacationing scuba divers to find a body.
Oh.
Free diving?
That's
I don't know.
terrifying.
What
That
did you
is
say? Free
insane.
free diving.
Free diving.
Yeah, they said free dialing, and I was like, yes, please.
What does that mean?
Anywhere. Low phone payments.
Landlines. Fun times. Kyle, you said Pacific Ocean was your favorite body of water, which is powerful, comforting, and nurturing. Your answer makes a little more sense than Brad's.
This is what I do on podcasts, though. I lose control.
Yeah.
That's how you view sex.
Yep.
The White Room is how you view death. So you said awful, lonely, and isolated.
Yeah.
And you said confronted, bored, and you'd avoid it.
Sure. Yeah. That checks out.
That's the psychological assessment.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a good date thing to do on a first date. Talk with
Is
these.
it like the Proust questionnaire type thing?
Well, I don't know. It's a good little good conversation starter. I really gotta get a massage. My back is fucked. Like it is truly fucked.
This is great podcasting.
I
I
know,
just
right?
want to say.
I'm just like rubbing my back.
But the beauty of this is, like, I think that, like, you will edit it.
I
Like,
will.
you know what you're fucking doing. Like,
Yeah.
please make us look
I
okay.
literally just had a moment
Jesus.
of like.
So much sarcasm. Like, I don't want anyone to think I actually wanted a kid to die. Unless that kid was a brat.
That's maybe the best part of this whole thing.
That was a great
Jesus.
story.
Also, there's no way that test is actually Freudian.
Was it Freud?
Young.
Well,
It wouldn't be Freudian. No, I promise you.
I found it in Whitney Cummings' book.
It's not. It's not Freud.
Whitney Cummings has, like, worked her ass off.
Oh, yeah.
I don't particularly... She's not my fave, but she's definitely put in the work.
Oh hell yeah!
She worked with Chris D'Elia, that sleazeball.
Delia?
Chris D'Elia,
Yeah.
Delia.
It's also my favorite bird, the Dilated.
But no, I'm going to drop some
don't-
knowledge on you here.
Oh, you're
Here we
right.
go-
It was
here we
Carl
go.
Young.
Yeah.
Young? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Jung, either way.
He's got one of those minds, Sarah. It's like, don't.
My bad.
His mind will work.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
No, Freud was not about...
Freud was all about you want to fuck your dad and your mom.
No. Well, yes, but... I could actually lecture on this, so I'm not going to.
Oh, I want
Do it, Kyle.
do it. Give
don't
the 1
mind.
minute.
Okay. Jung was definitely into symbols as universal aspects of human consciousness, saying like we all kind of have the universal unconscious. And Freud didn't think that way. He thought everybody has anxieties, things that they're processing. There are certain inputs that results in trends or symptoms. However, he would never try to typify like what one symbol means for everybody. So he would rather get people to talk about things and then interpret them based on what he noticed they were anxious about or the problems they were having. So it's always tailor-made based on what you're saying, what you're not saying, and what you're blocked in. Jung's the one who's going to say, a body of water represents what you think about sex.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Jung had like a quote about masturbation. This comes back to what we were talking about, the White Room. And Jung said that masturbation is like the true manifestation of isolation. It's like that's when you're most alone, when you're masturbating.
Unless someone's watching you.
No, like no one's watching it. It's just you.
No, always.
Yeah. Oh, Louis C.K. Lucy can. Lucy can't.
Oh my god.
Can't.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, I have to stop saying that it's Freud then. It's Carl Jung.
Yeah.
That test.
Jung was, of
and
course, Freud's student. However, they
Ah.
split on matters of practice.
Holy shit.
Yeah, come on.
That's interesting. I want to learn more about all this. That's probably fascinating.
I
wish
would
I'd
like
learned
to point
things.
out that I know this and also the EWOKS.
Yes.
Oh wait, what was that Ewok song?
It's Yub Nub and stop fucking playing with me, you son of a bitch.
I'm looking at your hair here and in the screen. You look great.
Aww.
The lights make us look good, eh?
Totally.
I
Your
feel
whole
like it.
setup looks great. I like this
Yeah.
weird alien thing over here.
For Halloween.
I wish I came to your party. You invited me to your party. I bet it was like really
I did
fun.
invite you.
Yeah,
and then
I missed it. You saw it. I didn't see it. I saw it at 5 o'clock. It was too late for me. I didn't see the invite.
And then you were so high when...
Yeah, it was really high. I started talking about antidepressants, and I was like, "You gotta take this." I was so. You gotta edit this out. Try this. Try Lexapro. If Lexapro doesn't work, I feel you. I
When
understand.
people tell me to try medications, I'm like, you think it's easy for me to get these?
No, I understand.
It's not.
I understand.
I love it when people...
I want to change the world when I get drunk. No, it's not good. It's not good.
You just want to help people.
A little bit, yeah.
You that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're a teacher. You want to help.
I guess. I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's a lack of. This is still on here. I'm gonna stop talking.
Is this still on? Normally I end the episode on a high note.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming.
I loved it. I had a great time.
You guys have to tell me
I really did.
something you like about yourself and something that you don't like about yourself that you're working on. We're all about therapy. We're all about self-work. But
Everybody answers these questions.
yeah. Something you like about yourself, because we're far too mean to ourselves all the time.
I will say. Can I go first?
Yes.
I would say I choose the right friends.
Oh, I like that.
And I would say something I don't like about myself is that I can use humor to deflect emotional connection.
Yeah, I can see that with you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
No, you're very capable of having a serious conversation. You are, because you and I have had a couple of serious conversations.
For sure.
But I think, yeah, there's moments where maybe it's like moments
You're
where
like, God, this guy needs to turn off. This is not
well,
funny.
maybe it's
anymore."
just you're scared of vulnerability, and so you then use humor to
Probably.
deflect from that.
Probably. Thanks for.
That's okay.
emasculating me. I'll never get an erection again, and it's been great being on this podcast.
That's good. That's good for a man.
No.
Women don't like sissy bitches.
You're right. And I think,
like there's truly nothing.
well, I feel like if we've come to two things this podcast, it's no fat hoes and no sissy bitches. That's where we stand on human interaction and self-worth.
I like that you're aware that you deflect. That's good. And that you're proud of your friends, because Kyle is a good friend of yours. And that means you're happy that you choose him every day.
I'm going to fuck Kyle's brains out right after this.
He is.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, Kyle, what about you? Something you like, something you don't like that you're working on?
They're expressions of the same thing.
Ooh.
I would say that I'm proud of the fact that I can put thoughts together really quickly and express them clearly and effectively.
Yes.
What I don't like about myself is sometimes that means I don't put the research in. Because, I know I can kind of have things off the top of my head that kind of fit a situation. And I'm thinking, professionally here. I write professionally. And I know, okay, I can come up with a response that kind of fits what they're looking for. I know the rhetoric. I know the angles. I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes I don't put the legwork in to find, the statistics or something to back it up. I know the shape of things. I can do it. I've always relied on that ability. And then sometimes that means I can be a little bit lazy in terms of pushing myself to new knowledge.
Oh, that's interesting. And is that something you're working on? Are you working on...
Yeah.
Not... maybe just taking a moment?
Yeah. You know what? You know what? I'll frame it differently. Procrastination, we'll say. Because when you procrastinate and you do an okay job, you feel like a genius. Because I left that to the last minute and I still did a pretty good job.
You rallied. You pulled it
together.
together.
It together. Yeah. But then that's keeping me from actually getting to my next level of performance because I'm using that as an excuse.
Right.
Just putting everything into it and not procrastinating and going through every nuance of the joke or whatever you're writing.
Whatever I'm doing, yeah.
That's fascinating.
Doing the work.
It's difficult. I find that a lot with comedy. I wish I could just get going without a deadline.
Yeah.
And comedy, stand-up is the perfect manifestation of what a someone who procrastinates needs, which is you have to do it right now.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it right now, you will feel bad for a week and people will watch you,
What do you mean? Write?
Stand-up.
Or
No,
actually
stand-up. Stand-up.
Yeah.
I feel stand-up always gets me.
Yeah, as far as the writing practice goes, it's so immediate.
Yes.
Because you either did it or you didn't. Mm-hmm. And then if you go up and it works, then that's great. If it doesn't work, right away. There's no
Yeah.
There's no hemming and hawing.
It's an instant art form. You instantly see.
It's an instant art
Well, if
form.
I could chime in here, what stinks? I mean, a lot. Kyle, you saw. I had 8 notebooks. I'd go to a local bar and I put my 8 notebooks down, and you looked at them every notebook just says what stinks.
What
it's
stinks?
You've got to break through.
Do you smell that, guys? What is that smell? What's that smell?
What is that smell?
What smell?
Where am I? Right? Something's gone bad in
Just
here.
over and with red ink You do that thing where it's double space that you can go in and fill in with the new stuff.
So glad it's over because it was
That's
it's a significant part of my life.
It's crystal now.
Yeah,
Thanks, it's
once I hit on what stinks and no fat hoes, and I really believed in what I was doing. I could tell the crowd was this guy definitely smells something. And also this guy is definitely a misogynist, sexist, patriarchal asshole using his male gaze. And he does not want fat hoes.
Your S's are great, by the way. They're sharp and they're very ASMR-ish.
You said her asses? I thought you just said it to Kyle and I. And yes.
The way you say S.
Pretty much why
if
Kyle and I get
If I
along
put
is
these
like
headphones on, can you just say a bunch of S words all together?
Sugar Plum Fairy. I don't know what's happening.
That wasn't. Say she sells.
Queen Sheba. Kyle, help.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Say that.
Chernobyl.
Sucks to your ASMR.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Very ASMR-ish. You could totally start
Pulled
an
my whole
You guys could both
jaw.
start an ASMR podcast.
I think this whole episode's been pretty ASMR. Kind of like low energy, but kind of soothing.
Is this how
Very.
people feel with your pod? The pod?
It's a shit show. Every week is different. every week is different.
You're so funny.
Every week is.
I like the Cavalier. It's a shit show.
Sometimes it's a tarot card reading.
Oh,
sometimes it's I don't even know, Marty and Vince
I think it's really
singing
cool.
April 1.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
glad you're getting some credit for what you're doing. You know.
I mean, sure. Let's say that.
You got a job out of it.
You got a
Oh, yeah,
job.
no, that's true.
Give yourself credit,
See, yeah,
man.
I'm bad at remembering. Yeah, I'm bad at
Credit, man.
There you
I'm
go.
bad at it. I want to thank you both for coming on the podcast.
Thank
so
you.
very
Edit
much.
us well,
This was
please.
so fun. No,
long has this
Fight
been?
that Kyle and I had
It was
midway
all-
through
it
that
was
physical
all
fight.
great. It was all great. Is there anything like the two most non-social media people? But if you do want to plug anything, you can plug things.
I'll plug. I was on that CBC show,
Yeah.
Absofreakinglutley, that aired on CBC. You can check it out on CBC Gem.
Oh yes.
Also, Kyle.
How do we not talk about that at all?
It's totally okay. Also, Kyle Barnet is having an EP
Yes, let's plug
comedy
that.
show November 21st. And that guy is fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, come out to
So
that. I'll
people
link
should
to
go to
his
that.
tickets for sure. Yep.
I'll promote the Stuart McLean Vinyl Cafe erotic parody that I co-wrote. Looks like we're putting together a video version for a theatrical remote release, and I'll look forward to that. It's going to be good.
I can't wait to see it.
Well, that's that, everybody. We are done. We made it through this episode.
Did we?
My dad has to pick me up, so
You guys get to do something special. You get to ring this bell together, and ignite the powers of friendship together. No, you gotta do it together. What? Ring that.
Slap my hand into the bell.
Ring. Wait, when I say.
it's really hard for grown men to touch each other's hands.
When I say ring that bell, do it, okay?
Yeah.
Ring.
Okay, go ahead. No, we got this.
Ring that bell. Woo!